check to see if everybody was here.
Yo, yo, yo!
Awesome. Do we have Ippy Anthony tonight?
That was gangsta, yo.
Oh, okay. Gangster Anthony. About to bust a cap in some clandestine organizations.
Yo, that bloody fogs be those bloody fogs be tripping, yo.
I listened to an interesting story about a gang that almost accidentally spread Ebola in Liberia. But I'll say more after the session. I just started the everything. Hey,
Ebola.
No, let's talk about that and then wonder why this is Parents Beware.
Is that a serious question? Because I'll tell you what it was about. It was really
No,
interesting.
I'm being funny.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Welcome to the Ilderon Tales. This is Group A, Sky of Wolves, not Through the Wolves.
Sky of Hearts Through Wolves.
Yeah,
Thrown to the wolves.
Sky Through the Hearts of Wolves. There we go. Skies through the hearts of wolves who have arms, or who are in arms. But anyways, this is Group A, Sky of Wolves, Episode 2 of the third saga of their campaign. And yeah, we are playing Dungeons & Dragons tonight. It is a role-playing game. Everything you are going to see is live storytelling. Nothing is scripted. If you are a kid and you're watching this video, it is rated not for you. Consult your parents. And I think that's everything I need to go over. Oh yeah, we're playing in a homebrew campaign setting, the link for which is in the description. And if you are watching this and you are watching off of Facebook, please look in the description for the link to our Discord. I am not good at seeing the YouTube chat or the Facebook chat, wherever this is popping up at. But if you post in live campaign, I will most likely see it. Otherwise...
3 days from now.
No, I read through live campaign at the end of every session, and sometimes while you guys are role-playing, I'll open it up and skim through it. When we last left this group off... Or no, I'll let you guys do the recap, and then I'll recap what's needed. So, let's go for... I never know which one I did last, so I'll do it differently now. Evens, the oldest to the newest. Odds, the newest to the oldest. Odds, the newest to the oldest. So we'll start with Wesley. Recap last session from your character's perspective. Try and do it in 2 to 3 sentences if you can. If you need more, that's fine. And then give us your character's goal for this session tonight.
I joined the A team, and I'm the crazy doctor in the group, and that I have a PhD. I have no idea what I'm doing. Send help.
Okay. And is that the goal for your character tonight? Get help?
No, his goal is to retrieve the nukes that were stolen before they find their way to Russia.
Okay.
What?
That sounds like Metal Gear Solid. I'm not 100% certain though.
I've been bamboozled.
Next we have Jeff controlling Ogun.
Howdy, I'm playing Ogun, Three-Strike, Maddest Wolf, Dawn-Eye, son of Viola Drystead, First Wind of Angiyandar, and evidently at least a good enough acquaintance of Dila for her to give him a sending stone. And for 3,000 years old, she's awful cute. She also shares some nice secrets about all the crazy shit she's been dealing with, including getting abducted. And he has a bigger people he needs to kill list now.
All right. And I guess the goal is the kill list?
He's going to start with Elena because there's some things that she makes a habit of that he finds personally offensive and a threat to the world. Those are two separate things, though. But the rest of them are like, yeah, if they're backing her, he wants them dead too. But her first.
Okay. Next we have Shelby controlling Fractus.
Fractus is very pleased that Ogun has found somebody he likes because he wants him to stay away from the girl that he's trying to go after. He is the rogue of the group, and yeah, he's just he's got goo eyes for both guys, so.
All right. And then next we have JD controlling Teak.
Hi, Teak mostly just kind of watched her party members with bemusement last time, and this time around she'd like to get back on that trail of hunting down Elena and
Oh, can you say that again? You cut out for me.
Teak wants to get back to the trail of hunting people, because there's still people out there who are trying to destroy the world as she knows it, and she'd rather it not.
Flowchart. Is Elena still breathing? Yes. Keep at it. Alright.
Not so much still breathing, but still attempting to destroy worlds.
Oh, fair. Finally, we have Anthony controlling Soulmane.
I have returned.
You never left.
I live in this game. This is just my multiple personalities sticking out.
It's all Admir.
Admir's here right now. I'm playing Soulmane. He really didn't do a hell of a lot last game. He did flash off the super fancy pendant to the Ruby Shadow contact in town, and she damn near pissed herself. And he learned, probably shouldn't flash this thing too much because that could result in bad things happening. But he sent a letter back to his guild, giving them an update on what's currently happening. And he was with Ogun and them when they did the scrying and saw she was fighting on a ship. So, thinking we probably should be moving out pretty soon.
Alright. Yes, that's a pretty solid recap from everybody. We did the epilogue. The party just missed Elena inside of the Temple of Fianfell. And they arrived in the city of Sky's Reach in Illuminagai. The current session, they basically set up their base of operations, moving in and out of a tavern called the Singing Ghost Tavern, inside of the city, and I forgot exactly where I placed that tavern. I'll look at that in a second. And then
the very expensive part of town.
Oh, okay, like Elegance Reach or something. Then
I thought it was like where the foreigners go.
Oh, if it is, then that's Honor's Reach. Oh, there's 2 groups in Honor's Reach right now. Oh, that's great.
Exciting.
Honor's Reach, Singing Ghost Tavern. You are correct. Anyways, yeah, the party went to the university, and they talked to, or they met with Tobias, who was training a protege named Sona Tolls. She is currently pledged to the Agram Guard, a faction that is loyal to the Undying Empress of the Darkened Vale. And Tobias is training her in the affairs of statecraft, and magic. From there, with the aid of Ogun, Tobias and Sona petitioned Dila for more aid. Dila said if Tobias could help provide justice to Elena, either bringing her back to the university to be judged by her peers, or, if she meets her end at the hands of the Justicars, either or is a fine option, she will pledge whatever aid she can spare to the Darkened Vale. Then, moving from there... Fractus and Soulmane. Yeah, Fractus flashed his fancy pendant. The name of the inner circle of the Ruby Shadow is Millionth. Does Soulmane know Old Tongue?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Just to clarify, it was Soulmane that flashed the pendant, but Fractus was with.
Yeah. Fractus did all the lying. Soulmane did all the flashing. Yeah.
Fair enough.
She was just like, who did you replace? And Fractus like, that's none of your business! How dare you ask him that? His great excellency! He's like, yeah, you're right. My bad.
Yeah, no old tongue.
Okay. Then the party met up in the Lucky Spell Tavern. It is the tavern inside of the university where people come and stay while they're visiting. At the Lucky Spell, you guys scried on Elena. You saw she was on a boat descending into the ocean. Very hard to get a boat to do that. There were blue people in the water fighting her. Then Teak remembered that Umiya disappears into the ocean for 9 days out of the 10-day week. Every week for who knows how many years this has been going on. And that is where we left off. We are going to pick up... We're going to pick up a few minutes right past there. It's the 26th of... Is the 26th of Hunter. Going into the evening, you guys are in the capital of the magical nation of Ilonagai. Inside of the red circle, that is where the university is located. What do you want to do?
Out of curiosity, Umiya is located where?
I'm going to move you back to the world map. Well, actually, I'm going to move you to... Well, I'll move you through 3 maps. So she is in Ardor, the city of Ardor. I circled it in green. And
okay,
then...
that's all I needed to know. Okay, so she's not anywhere near...
I mean, every place is near when you have a helm of teleportation. No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
That is true, but...
Oh, let's get some city music going. Here we go.
Anthony, you are kind of mouth breathing into your mouth.
Sorry.
Hey, I'll take mouth breathing over not being able to hear you and you being robotic.
Yeah.
I will do my best.
You sound fantastic tonight, BT Dubs.
I just was notifying you, letting you know that that's what's happening.
I apologize, and I will try to keep it not underneath my chin.
All right, what do you guys want to do? The whole party is together in the Lucky Spell Inn, and
I thought Fractus took off to go meet up with Volsky before we start scrying.
I did.
Oh, okay, yeah, you did. What's the rest of the party want to do?
Try to figure out the fastest way to get out to that point in the ocean.
Well, we have a helm of teleportation. What are the possible cons of us attempting to teleport to a boat?
We could end up in another dimension, I think is one of them. We could end up who knows where relative to that location.
But if the helm can send us to...
there, figuring out where the hell you are so that you can use some other mode of transportation to get closer is tricky.
Sure. Question, though, like... Okay, so if the helm could potentially send us to another dimension, then would the helm not also be able to teleport us away from that dimension? It's my understanding that you can use the helm multiple times a day.
Yeah, 3.
There we go. So we have a margin of error of 2 times.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. I'm pretty sure that anything that it gets you into, it can get you out of.
Well, there we go. I'm seeing no downsides to the plan of teleport to boat.
Yeah, here's the other thing. If you miss the boat, then you need to have a pocket boat so that you don't drown and die. And I am kind of looking specifically at you on that one. Because drown and die is substantially less likely for me.
Teak very quickly consults her spellbook. The one that she doesn't have.
Well, I know there's a few magic items that allow you to breathe underwater.
Yeah, that helps. Breathing underwater is great. Swimming, being able to swim easily and quickly is great. There are portable boats, as I understand it, too, which maybe is a little less useful in some ways, but I don't know how well those, other magic items will work in cases of you just need to get some sleep,
My more concern.
Safe space to do that.
More my concern is not so much missing the
Brandon.
boat and.
I will answer your question in 1 second, JD. What were you saying, Anthony?
I was just saying, more my concern isn't so much missing the boat and then splashing into the water, but missing the boat and being teleported several hundred feet under the water.
Fair.
Yeah.
What's up, JD?
Would I be able to cast Misty Step in the water? It only has a verbal component.
Can you speak in water?
I can attempt to make the phrases while underwater. I mean, you can technically say words underwater. It's just the distortion, the water prevents the sound waves from traveling as they normally.
I would say with somatic components, a verbal octave has to be hit. I would just roll you a percentage failure on it. So I would say yes.
Like how much of a percentage failure?
It's a bonus action, so it's a very quick spell, so I'd put that at 25%.
Okay, so with 3+ spell slots that I have to burn on it, I'm probably fine. Okay, yeah, sure. No, Teak's like, you don't have to worry about me drowning. I got it.
Okay.
Well, good for you, Teak. Me and Fractus have to worry about that. Soulmane kind of looks over his shoulder at Tobias. I don't know if he breathes.
Of course I
Probably not.
Of course I have to breathe.
Do you?
I don't know, DM, do I?
No, you don't have to. You can choose to breathe.
Ignore what I just said.
Yeah, the maintenance of your body is completely optional for blending in with society. You cannot breathe, and you turn pale and look like you've suffocated or have drowned.
I'm not a very strong swimmer.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. If you just sink, then you're not going to be helpful.
I know the spell Tensor's floating disc.
Okay, how long does it last? And how fast does it move?
It keeps me from sinking to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
I've never attempted to cast Fly while underwater, and I would rather not make it a live field experience. So if the disc can give me above water, I can then cast a spell and move.
Would it be prevalent to try to see if we can at least find some potions of water breathing to be safe?
That's one way to do it. Trying to find if I've got if I can be a giant turtle or something like that could make this easy. I know I can do a killer whale. I'm not sure that's quite big enough to hold everybody, but you know, a little bit of rope or something can probably make that work.
Regardless, I think we should probably go get practice if we want to do this now.
Yep.
Which is unfortunate because I think we'll be interrupting his booty call.
I'm not entirely upset about interrupting his booty call. Actually, giant crocodile should be pretty rad. Oh,
There's a pigeon that comes by that sounds just like Practice thinks this is a bad idea.
Well, suck it up, Buttercup.
I mean, why not just stay in Sky's reach and let somebody else handle it?
That's no fun.
Ogan, you're more familiar with this place and where shops for potions and the such would be. So...
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I don't...
Well, I mean, we can go to the... Hey, Brandon, is there a, like, potion-making class, lab sort of thing? Where they make potions just for practice?
You know, it's funny
And
you
can
should
maybe get
say
something
that.
cheap?
There is, and the head instructor of that department, actually, you know what? Roll me a percentage die. Ogan's only been back for... Or roll me a history check. Ogan's only been...
Okay.
Nope, not a history. It's going to be an investigation. How many whispers have you collected since you've been here? Because Ogan's only been back for...
I didn't know I could collect whispers.
Yeah. Ogan's only been back for a hot second.
Actually, let me combine tasks then. I'm gonna go hit my get to my zoology department TAs, so I can do a quick review with them and see where they're at with all of their instruction and things like that.
Okay. You have also you are also entitled to a history check of on this thing that I just told you too, because I just remembered Dila did tell you.
Okay. 18.
Yeah, as you think about it, you're just like, wait, the potions department. Oh wait, the guy who brews like the potions and teaches other people how to do that, he was killed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's just a lead professor. I mean, isn't there? Doesn't he have assistants? Is there somebody else picking up for him?
Most likely.
Okay. Go talk to that department
yeah.
anyways. And while I'm at it, compared to this guy, where would I rank Starry's level of skill?
Where would you
Like if this guy's a 10, Starry is a...
Let's see.
Thinking I should... he would like to send her a letter and say, hey, by the way, there's an opening. If she's actually good enough to maybe hold it down.
So
if she's nowhere near, then whatever.
I would say where you would rank Starry's skill as far as like the potentials of their, or rather from their circumstances, you would put this guy at a 10, and then Scary has no formal training whatsoever. She's learned everything she's done through experimentation and practice, and she has had no access to education. So with that in mind, Scary would be at a 10.
Really?
Yeah, but Scary, like complex things related to potions, she doesn't have that knowledge, and just his wealth of knowledge and, the being able to have an education, in regards to him, Scary would actually be like a 6 or a 7. there's never been something you've mentioned that you've needed done or brewed that Skari hasn't known how to brew. But this guy could actually, theorize and brew the unknown. Of just like he researches and studies into the subject, where she just figures out of just like, oh, we need a cure for this. I know this cure for this because I picked up this little bit of knowledge on it's here and this here and this here, and then puts it together. She doesn't research anything.
He'll send her a letter anyways because he thinks she ought to come at least apply for assistant, maybe lead for this particular role, but that'll come in a little bit. So he'll go talk to the department anyways, and also check in with his zoology department people.
Okay.
To see if one of the assistants or students or whatever that's proven to be particularly adept, and then figure out how the college should be compensated appropriately and so on and so forth. Or if Dila is just going to go like, whatever, write it off.
Okay, so Ogun is going to talk to his department, and then look into the alchemy and brewing parts of the university. As far as Teak, Tobias, and Solmain, what do you guys want to do?
If you guys want to go with Ogun, try to procure some stuff. I relatively know where the tavern is from here. I can go get practice on my own.
I think I might want to see glowing practice, if you...
Teak, I never pictured you one for a cock block.
Oh, I never said I was going to do anything of the sort, but I'm definitely willing to go have a drink while we wait for things to happen. I mean, come on. He's been traveling consistently with us for how long? How many opportunities could he really have? He's probably pent up. I don't picture him lasting more than 5 minutes.
I believe in practice.
Teak doesn't have any.
When somebody is this pent up, it's not how long you last; it's how many rounds you go.
Then, in that case, I say that we let a man who has pledged himself to follow a cause until death, and a very probable death it is. I say we give him his time.
So you're saying we're gonna let her just take the earth, fire, and the water?
No, we give him exactly as much time as he needs, and then we...
How about we give him as much time as everybody else needs to pull their shit together, and then we say, get your butt moving right now.
Sure, then let's just meet at that tavern instead.
All right. So is the decision to go wait for practice at the Singing Ghost Tavern?
I think that's what me and Teak are up to. Tobias, how about you? Can you go into the city?
I don't see why not.
No. You are undead. You are not allowed in Ilil Nagai.
How do they know?
They don't.
My face and feet are covered.
Yeah, they don't know, but I mean, paladins can sense stuff. Not that they're religious justicars on every street corner just walking around like divine sense. But if you're found out, it like
Don't they have to purposefully divine sense somebody?
When it's divine sense is like a radar. You let it go and it just pings of just like if there are any in the area. You know if there are any and the direction of them within 60 feet of you. As long
60 feet, you said?
Yes, as long as you're not behind total cover. Yeah, I think that's the only thing, total cover.
I think I actually, now that I'm looking at I have a parry after non-detection, or whatever that item is supposed to be.
Amulet of non-detection?
Amulet of non-detection, yes.
Or it's like proof against something, something, something.
Yeah, it was like that. It was like the first item I ever bought.
I mean, you gotta plan for these eventualities of paladins and justicars, even though you're traveling with paladins and justicars.
Yeah, useful lot that they are.
If you're talking about the amulet of proof against detection and location, it works on divination magic and scrying sensors. I don't know if that would count.
Yeah, I'll roll paladin magic, divine senses, divination.
Hey.
I just, no other school comes to mind that is better suited for it.
Alright,
well, actually, before I make that ruling, I'm going to look up, I think detect alignment is a spell, or detect good and evil, because it would be similar to that. So whatever that's classified under is what it would fall under. Detect evil and good, first level divination. So yes, I'd roll divination. Yeah.
So I won't necessarily say that I have that, but just that I'll be okay in town.
Don't ever take your mask off. What happened to your face? I saved a bunch of kids from fire. Now leave me alone.
Yeah, I think they would still call in the paladin anytime somebody shows up and they're like, this guy's masked and hooded and everything, and he won't take his mask off. Somebody call the paladin, come check this guy out.
Teak shows up and's like, I got it. He's good.
There you go.
See, there you go.
Okay.
All right. So
I thought somebody was talking about burning loot points for manta ray cloaks or something like that. Did that not happen?
I think Wolf mentioned it while he was like chatting with us. That's just like one of his favorite items, but I don't think anybody in this group bought one. I mean, why would you guys ever need a cloak of the manta ray? I'm kidding. I've never once planned for that item to have any usefulness, and Wolf bought it in a crawl I did. And I was just like, hey, this water-based encounter, you know, I am perfectly equipped for it. It's like, okay, well, that's the thing. Because it came at it from the opposite side, it was never supposed to be a water-based encounter. It's supposed to be like, oh, look, there's water there. Anyways, yeah, I've got a direction from everybody in the party, so we're going to handle it in terms of travel time and distance. So first, getting to Fractus, heading into the Singing Ghost Tavern inside of Honor's Reach. Bowsky's not going to be there because her business with the Sky Queen is probably not going to be concluded until the evening. Did you want me to explain this place again? Or are you comfortable with just me coming back to you when the rest of the party shows up? Or do you want to go someplace else?
I'm going to go into my room and shut the door.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna have Fractus roll me a flat intelligence check. DC 14. Did you hear me? Did you hear me, Shelby? Oh, 2? Practice doesn't have a bonus to intelligence?
Remember, Ogun was the smart one.
Oh, I feel like Shelby wouldn't take too kindly to that. If you're talking, Shelby, we haven't gotten any sound from you. I don't know if your mic has a mute button on it.
It does. I'm sorry. I forgot I'm pushed to talk. I've been talking this whole I was going to say I was going to go and wait in my room.
Okay, yeah, I heard that. I was just rolling you in intelligence, or giving you a chance to think about some...
More accurately, wait in Bo's guy's room, but our room.
Okay.
Anyways, I was just going to... well, actually, no, I wouldn't do that. Because what I would do is, if I'm waiting, I would see if there's any cheaters at the gambling areas. And I try and get my money back that it took to secure the rooms.
Alright, are there people here gambling?
You said there was before.
Yeah, I'm just...
last session. There may not be right now.
I'm reading about the characters inside of this tavern because I rolled it up a long time ago. Oh yeah. This is the type of place that would have gamblers. Nice quality tavern for all of the common folk coming in and out of Sky's Reach. I'm gonna roll you a percentage die. See who's sitting where and who's high rolling and who is not. Okay, there is going to be a table of high rolling mercenaries. They have stacks of gold on the table. There's going to be another table of merchants playing a game for fun. They are gambling in silver pieces. And then there is going to be one last group of foreigners. They are gambling in ruby pieces.
I don't have any ruby pieces, so that kills that. Any of the other ones?
The last word cut off on me. Any of the other ones?
Any of the other ones cheating?
Cheating? Roll me an investigation check. Ooh. I mean, you do better when you're talking to people and you're getting words from them. From what you can tell, nobody seems to be cheating. These are all honest, good, down-to-earth Ililnagian people. It's the most morally upstanding city you will ever find in the entire world.
Alright, I'm going to sit on the high roller and ask if I can play.
Okay, let's see. That was the mercenary. Yes, the woman leading this table is the one deciding the game. She seems to be playing some complex game of cups, cards, and dice. There are D6 of people here. Well, you make 3. There's her, one other person, and as you sit down, they're both going to look over at you. She smiles. This other person is going to look frazzled. As he is not having the greatest of times.
I'm gonna smile and say, sounds fun. No cheating, right?
And you know what? As you sit down, she's going to say, I would bet my soul to it that this is an honest game. And
what does she say?
She said, "I would bet my soul to it that this is an honest game."
Huh.
The
Okay, then I
man
wouldn't.
is going to scratch his head and say, "Yeah, luck just doesn't seem to be favoring me today."
Actually, I'm going to insight check that.
Go ahead and do it. 21? Like, when, you're inciting her, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, from what you can tell, these are two mercenaries probably sitting down after, like, a job, going back and forth. From what you can tell, at least by whatever measure of this game works, it doesn't seem like she's lying.
Doesn't seem like it, huh? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna play.
Okay. Alright. So, let's see. As you sit down to, guess, she is going to, take out 2 die and say, you have to, guess the number on the die, and whatever your guess, it needs to, add up to the total number between, both of the dice and whatever 2 cards you draw. There is a high percentage that this would not at all be possible if you get any high cards drawn. She is willing to bet. Let's roll.
Okay, now what?
200.
Like what? I mean, I would watch the game before I actually sat down,
Yeah.
but
She's willing to bet. It is a pure game of chance. She is willing to bet, let's see, 79 plus 64, 143 gold on one hand, moving a stack forward. That she can beat you in a pure random game of chance where the odds are against both of you.
all right. What is it again? 144.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. She is going to pick up she's going to pick up a cup and put a die in it and hand you a cup with another die. She puts her hand over the top of the cup, begins shaking the die, places the cup down on the table, not looking at all at what was rolled. Fractus, or she gestures for you with the cup and says, gesturing for you to do the same.
So we both roll 1 die.
Yeah, you both rolled 1 die. And you have to bet right now. After this, depending on what cards you roll, you have to guess the number of your die, and the cards you draw can't exceed the total number of both of your dies added up, plus your card. So, plus her card.
Okay. So wait, plus her card. It's not making sense, Brandon.
So
I get the 2 dice.
you want to have.
I roll 1.
You want to have
she
the
rolls
lowest
1.
card. If your card is higher than hers, you're going to exceed both of your 2 dice plus her card, or plus her 2 cards. If your cards are lower, you win. If your cards are higher, she wins. In addition to this, you have to guess the number of the die.
And she's dealing.
She is dealing. But she can't control what your dice rolled, and she can't control what her die is.
But she can, and since you roll first, she can't control what cards are given.
Yeah. She is waiting for you.
I'm gonna say I don't like this type of stakes, and I would say if you don't mind, I'd rather let him and point to the other guy pull the cards from the top.
She is going to hand the
because and I'm gonna look at her because it's an honest game.
She's gonna look at him, and then she's gonna hand him the cards.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna roll a die, and then I'm going to.
I've already rolled your d6, so just.
I was gonna slide a hand it.
Okay, what are you gonna try and do? Make it land on a specific number?
Yeah, make it land on a specific number high. Like, so if it's a d6, a 5.
That's gonna be really hard to do, but I feel like you'd be able to, as far as, like, feeling the die in your hand as you're putting it in there, pushing it, like, against one side of it, and hopefully just dropping it and hitting, like, the side of the cup enough that you don't move the die, but it sounds like it's rolled. So roll me a sleight of hand check. You are on the very hard scale. Okay. You have rolled. You hear the die. You hit the side of it just a little bit, and the die comes to a stop underneath there. All right. She is. You guess 5. She is going to guess 6. The man is going to deal you out 2 cards each. He deals you a 5 and a 6. She flips over her cards. She has a 1 and... Or no. She wouldn't reveal her cards yet. And she's going to look at you and say, do you want to change your bet at all?
So I have a card that's 5 and 6 is 11.
Yes. So you're banking right now that you don't break 11 and that you're lower than her. If you drop, like, your bet on the die, potentially you could try and bluff her out of, making her think that, your cards are higher or lower. Like, if you move up from 5 to 6, it'd be like, whoa, he's got low cards. And might make her reconsider. She seems pretty confident. You know what? I'll allow you to pay 10 gold for another card.
Okay, I'll do that.
Alright, I'm re-rolling your 6. Or you know what? I'll let you re-roll it. Roll a d12. One more time. Oof! Oof! Oh! That's so good. All right. Does Practice smile? I feel like you should have to roll a deception check, not to for a poker face. All right. She still has a gigantic smile on her face as she's leaned in on the table, her fist to the side of her cheek, elbow on the table. She gestures and says, "Are you ready?"
Practice is gonna nod.
She flips over her cards. She has a 1, a 4, and then she moves her die, or her cup. She looks at the die and says, 6. It's my lucky day. She gestures for you.
Alright. I show her.
1, 5, and as you move the cup, the die is on 4.
Okay.
She is going to start moving the 290 gold to her side of the table, or 98 gold. What is Practice's passive perception? One more time.
My passive perception is 26.
Okay. As she does, you are going to see something weird, I guess. Maybe just a little bit. The wind doesn't quite move right as a couple crumbs on the table shift in a way that shouldn't have when her arm passes by them.
I'm going, when you say the wind, so explain that. Like,
she moves her arms forward, wraps it around the gold pile, and brings it towards her.
I'm gonna grab her arm and pull up her sleeve.
Well, she's got open sleeved. She doesn't have any sleeves on. They are just like her forearms. You can still do that action though if you want to grab her arm.
So when you say wind, like, what would I know what that means?
Right next on the table, next to the die, you're just gonna see. You're gonna see like tiny crumbs and maybe just like a little bit of dust just kind of floof around, almost as if something was like dropped there, but you don't see anything.
I'm gonna grab at it.
Roll me a grapple check. Oh my goodness gracious. Grapple check is a contested check. It is athletics, so not that anything rolled at all. If anything was there, not that it rolled a nat 20, but it doesn't instantly succeed on it. That said, you swipe at the air, and you catch nothing. Her eyes are going to jump to that spot, like where you swiped at, as she places a hand on her chest, like just a little bit taken aback, like, huh, are you okay? Are you well?
I'm gonna say, oh yeah, I am, and give me 1 second, and I'm gonna go to the bar, and I'm gonna ask for flour.
Okay, you can, and she is going, like, as you step away, she's gonna say, well, this has been fun. I think it's about time to find a new contract.
Don't go anywhere.
She is gathering up your stuff. The bartender is gonna be like looking, it's like, I got a little bit, I got to make this bread.
I'm gonna grab whatever flour he has.
Okay.
She has, and just coat the room where she's at.
just running back over with it. He's got a ball of dough that's like that's been battered in flour, like as he's just like, I was gonna, and you take it and just start running off. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, you cheated.
She didn't cheat.
Oh, she did.
As she's like trying to get her stuff, she has her arm out in front of her.
The sword comes out, and the sword's gonna be right under her chin.
Oh my god, she doesn't have to be subjected to this. And so as this flower is coming out, you're going to see maybe the faintest outline of like a lump or something on her shoulder. It's hard to see because you had such little flour. But she's gonna like start dusting or like throwing her hand back, trying to fan all of this away, and just like start coughing like last time I come here, and she is.
That's what I thought, and it's like, what do you have that's invisible? And I'm going to make it known that I'm gonna kill her if she doesn't. And I'm gonna say, and I wouldn't lie to me.
What do you have that's invisible? And she is going to shrug and say, invisible? I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna jab her in the throat a little bit with my sword.
Alright, so let's roll a percentage shot.
It did escalate quickly.
Yeah. So there's going to be a risen member here. And she's going to walk over and you've seen these people around, although you haven't really talked to them. They've just been in kind of every aspect of your life. And she's going to walk over and say, "Excuse me, sir, do you have a blue contract? You can't just willingly point weapons at a citizen. She has rights."
Not when she cheats.
And she is going to say,
and then I'm gonna turn to the thing and go, and I have enough money I can pay the debt, and I'm just gonna keep poking it.
Like you're stabbing at it?
No, I mean, I'm gonna make her know that I'm gonna tell the risen member that I have enough money to pay the debt, and I'm just gonna keep the sword.
Yeah. As you poke at it, she's gonna say, "Fine. I want a light to hear our case."
And unless they're here to see, I already saw the lump that you had on your shoulder.
The risen member is going to look down and say, "I can start scheduling an appointment with the light for the two of you."
That won't be necessary. I'll pay the dead fee, and I'm just gonna keep backing her in a corner. I'm just like, the only way you're gonna go through this is either in a body bag, or you're going to tell the truth.
Roll me an intimidation check. 12. You know what?
I hope she incites me because I am very serious.
She is as she's backing away, she's gonna say, "Fine, you don't want to plead to a light, and you want to take this to the death. No reason for it to become an all-out brawl. Let's honor duel." You're wearing a symbol of the Force Ended, right? She's gonna say, "You're a Dorian. Your honor against mine."
You already shown your honor. And I'm just going to keep tell the truth, which you haven't yet. Did you just cheat right there?
She says again, "I have been honest from the first breath I've drawn in Alil Nagai. From the first breath that the All-Mother gave to us."
You want to try again?
That's the first insight check of hers you have beaten. You're gonna definitely tell, like, she is, definitely not being completely forthcoming with you.
Yeah, you are lying. And if you want to take this to your grave right now.
Alright. She's going to pull a broadsword off her back. And no, she wouldn't want to kill you. No, not at all. She is does she have anything that's bludgeoning? Nope, she's got the broadsword. Yeah. Well, it's terribly unfortunate. And she's, I feel like she's gonna say that. She's gonna say, "You picked a bad day to get cut down, my friend, but be it as you may, and roll me initiative."
As soon as she starts to go for the sword, I'm gonna stab her.
Alright, well, roll me initiative still. She's engaging combat with you. She's not surprised. She just rolled a 18 for initiative. Alright. As this is happening, I'm going to rule that Teak and Soulmane and Tobias are going to arrive on round 2 of combat. Alright, so she has not won initiative. You have won initiative. What do you want to do?
I am going to hit her with the sword. Okay. And I'm gonna do.
I wish I had a character card for her. All right.
And I'm gonna do a stunning strike. I'm gonna spend a key point and do a stunning.
I thought stunning strike was only when you hit with an unarmed attack.
Nope.
Okay.
Any attack.
She rolls a Constitution saving throw against it. What is the save she has to beat? She has rolled a 16.
I think that saves, actually. I don't rightly know. Where would I find that?
It is 8 plus your wisdom modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
8 plus 7, yes, it does beat it.
Alright. She is going to resist being stunned. You have a second attack, as I believe you are a 5th level monk.
Well, you do get your sneak attack as well, don't you?
He did not have advantage.
Oh, that's true.
A 14 is going to miss her. Alright. Alright, let's look.
I did 11 points in.
Yeah, and that's gonna bite. Alright, 11 points of damage. Did you ever get her name? No, you did not. I'm just going to mark her as Mystery Woman 1. Alright. You know what? I was just saying earlier. I was just wondering who a character was that's in this tavern earlier, and now I remember. It's not this person, it's somebody else, but that's great. Okay, so that is your turn. Do you do anything with your bonus action?
My bonus action, I am... You know what? On my bonus action, I'm going to do insightful fighting.
Okay. Can you link that for me? I always forget all the specific details of it. I rolled her an 11. She's got +1 to intelligence, so that's going to be a 12. And insightful fighting. As a bonus action, make a wisdom insight check. That you can see that isn't incapacitated, contested by... Oh, it's deception, not intelligence. Okay, that changes. That changes from a 11 to a 15. Not that it matters. Or 16. Okay. If you succeed, you can use your sneak attack against the target. If you don't have... benefit lasts for 1 minute until you... Okay, cool. Alright, that is your turn. It is her turn.
I'm also going to tell her, you can give up now and admit your... admit you were cheating.
She is going to... She's going to swing her... Well, I actually have to see real quick how many attacks she has. Give me 1 second. Because that is going to determine this. Alright, awesome. She's going to swing her sword once at you, making an attack roll. That I'm pretty sure is going to miss. That is going to be a... that's going to be like less than a 12 versus your AC. And she's...
that misses.
Yeah, the first swing, she's going to say, I'm not... the second swing, she is going to make a contested athletics check at you. She rolls a... she rolls a 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 13 is 21. Contested by your athletics or acrobatics.
Well, that wasn't a good roll.
I didn't see it. What was it? It hasn't came up for me yet.
7.
First swing she takes, she says, I'm not, as you're dodging around her, she steps behind you, leaving her sword where it is and bringing it around you, saying, emitting, and her third swing, she's not going to swing it at all, but instead she's going to bring the backside of the broadsword to your neck and begin strangling you.
How is that possible? There's nothing behind me.
She is pulling, she has a large one-sided sword. She is pulling the blunt in against your neck. She is standing behind you. You are grappled by her. You are not restrained. You can survive a number of rounds equal to your Constitution modifier before you pass out. So she's just says, I'm not emitting anything, and begins choking you. As you guys go into this brawl, people are going to begin clearing out from the tables around you. Top of the round, Teak, Soulmane, and Tobias enter into the Singing Ghost Tavern. You guys see the first floor of this place, just with people like backing up. And in the corner, you're going to see two people sparring. As they come more into focus, like, wait, is that Practice? Who is that woman? Well, he's in the arms of a beautiful woman. That's what he wanted. It is Practice's...
Literally, he asked for this.
Teak, I don't think that's what you think it is.
Teak shrugs.
I attack. I'm going to hit her. Punching.
All right. Roll me an attack roll. That is going to hit, touching her AC. Roll me another.
I'm gonna do stunning strike.
You have advantage on it. You can choose to apply your sneak attack if you want.
It doesn't matter. I have, and I am going to add my sneak attack.
Okay. Go ahead and. Oh wait, she has to roll against the stunning strike.
Yeah, you're gonna do a contested, and let me get my stunning sneak attack. I can't remember if it's 2d6 or 3d.
Wait. That's Or no, she would have proficiency in Constitution saving throws, but she wouldn't have +8 in those. Well, gosh, that's kind of unfair. I feel like I should move the 21 to a 7. Or the 21 to a to a +7 instead of a +8. Because that's what I do for you guys. So I am going to take the first roll, just because I wasn't thinking on when I was like typing that. But she's got a +7, not a +8, and it is a going to be a 20 on that. The rest of that though is going to hit. Let's see. I've got to look up the rules for suffocation just to make sure I'm giving you the right numbers. Okay, is that your whole turn? The attack?
No, that was just one attack.
Okay, roll me another attack.
Did she get stunned?
No, she is not stunned.
Then I'm going to attack with my Sea Blade.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend another key point for a stunning strike there.
Okay. Alright, she rolls the save again. Believe. Alright, she is resisting the stun. Fighting.
I'm gonna
brawling.
I'm gonna
is
go.
What she does.
I'm gonna go a little out.
Alright.
And for my bonus action, I'm going to punch her.
Okay. Alright, let's see. Alright, Practice, you have one more round of being choked. Would she... Let's see, let me total up your damage real quick. 11, 9,
Plus 10.
7...
And 10 for the sneak.
Oh, okay, and 10. Alright. That is 22, 32, 41, 48 points of damage. I have to average out her HP real quick because I rolled her at random. I should just use the gladiator out of the book. Alright, she is not bloodied yet. Oh, but she doesn't look like she can take... Or she looks like she's getting there. She looks like she's really close to getting there. Alright. Your next turn. While she has you grappled, She is going to make a contested athletics check to kick your feet out from under you. You would be affected by the prone condition. Even though that she is still supporting you, just knocking you off your balance for 6 seconds. Holy bejesus! You can contest it with an acrobatics or athletics check.
One second.
Teak, do we get involved in this?
There's a member of the Sun Youth, isn't there?
There is a risen member, a member of the government.
That's the one.
There is, looking around, there is a member of the Sun Youth here. It looks like they're on break. Like, they see this happening, they look over their shoulder, and they're just like, bend down.
They're just like, I can't believe this is happening on my break.
Yeah. We need a cop. What? I can't hear you. This beverage is too loud.
I'm sipping this thing too loud.
And instead of doing that, I'm going to grab her cloak, and I'm gonna, when I fall, I'm gonna pull it over her head.
Okay, that's your attempt. Okay. I'll roll if she makes any attack at you. She has disadvantage. But she is choosing not to attack you.
Yeah, but it should hurt when she knocks me through from that. It's going to put weight on there, and for my attack, I'm going to try and disengage out of that.
Okay. Being prone, I think you roll athletic checks.
I'm not prone though. I'm holding on to her cloak, so I am hanging on that while she is supporting me. So technically, I have no weight on my feet. It's all on upper body strength.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. You're going to be affected by the prone condition, as your balance is completely dependent on her. Like, that's all she wanted to do, was get you off balance.
In that case, then, I don't want to do that.
Okay. You can choose to contest it. On your turn, you can,
Okay, well, that didn't work.
On your turn, you can choose to, well, no, you can't choose to stand up. You have 0 movement speed. Well, actually, I think you... That's weird. It's half your movement, but if your movement speed's 0, you have infinitely half. Well, no, because if you crawled for 30 feet and then...
If you have no movement speed, you can't spend movement speed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you crawled for 30 feet, you can't half of what your remaining movement speed at 0 to stand up. Okay, so... that is your turn. Or that's her turn. It is your turn. If you don't escape this round, you pass out unconscious for 1 minute. Assuming she stops choking you there. Say that one more time.
What do I roll?
If you want to escape, it's in a contested athletics or acrobatics check of your choice. She just wanted you to stop punching her while she choked you. In terms of unpleasantness, that was the maximum. Hold on, I'm about to roll hers. Alright. Oof, okay, she is going to keep you prone. I don't know if there's anything you can do with your bonus action as a monk or a rogue.
Whoop.
And yeah, after like a few more seconds of this, like this pressure of this sword just pressing into your neck, you're gonna like look back and see Teak and Tobias like watching and Soulmane, and then you're just gonna like keep elbowing, punching her, stabbing her, and it gets a little bit harder to do before finally you feel yourself slipping. Alright. She is not going to kill anybody unconscious, because that's dishonorable, and she's filled with that. She's gonna look around at everybody looking at her, just kind of like brush herself off and say, look down at Fractus, and you know what? I think she's gonna like look towards the bartender and say, next drink's on my tab. Yeah. And she's going to begin walking out.
Soulmane's gonna step in front of her.
And she's like, as you step in front of her, she's gonna roll her head and just say, by the goddess's name, I did not cheat.
Is that what this is about? He thinks you cheated him?
Yeah, she's gonna look back and say, a friend of yours?
I know him.
Hey,
And I can tell you, if he's calling you out on cheating, I tend to believe him because he can read people better than most anyone I know.
What's up, Wesley?
Tobias is gonna walk over to Francis and take his pulse.
Oh yeah, he's definitely breathing.
Okay. He'll no, I forget he has 4 strength, so never mind. He will do that. He'll pat him on the face and
well, actually, I was keeping a timer. As you like take his pulse, he comes to. He was only unconscious for a minute because she didn't continue to keep choking him.
Bose guy? What? Stop pitying me.
And she's just gonna like look back at Fractus, waking up, look to Soulmane, and
Don't let her go.
Step around Soulmane and start.
Don't let her go. That's why she's trying to get out. She's cheating.
Soulmane will step back in front of her. I can move faster than you can.
I'm gonna look at. I'm sorry, Wesley. What's your character's name?
Tobias.
I'm like, Tobias. Can you detect invisible object?
Look, she's gonna wave her hands and say, if you don't like losing your money, don't gamble. But if fine, I'll make an exception in this case. If you want your money back, I'll give it to you.
It's not just that you're still cheating, but I will take my money back.
As she reaches into her sack of gold, she's gonna say, and do we have an agreement? This ends there.
I'm going to go up to shake her hand. And
go ahead.
Not that I'm gonna do it, Brandon, but what's the DC to actually steal her money?
To steal her money, she's got it in her hand, and you know it is a pretty hefty sack of gold that she's been here gambling with. I mean, I would put it at very hard of trying to swipe this out of her hand while, you know, she's shaking like hands with you. It's gonna be big.
I'm just gonna hold out my hand for the money.
Okay. She's going to shake your hand, and then she's going to reach into her sack and fish out a stack, another stack, and then, you know, this is going to start like flowing over your hands once it gets to what looks to be about 100-ish coins, and she's gonna count out the last few in intervals of 5 at a time. As she does, she says, "You're indignant." And what's up, Wesley?
Yeah, I'm casting See Invisibility.
Where would this thing be? Yeah, you're gonna see some strange creature on her. You're gonna see some strange creature on her neck, just like huddled behind her hair and her shoulder. You're not. Well, actually, you would be aware of what it is because you know magic.
A little bit, yeah.
It is a tiny imp.
Interesting.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna kind of walk up behind her and saying, what would it be? I'm gonna whisper a small greeting in Abyssal. I'm sorry, Infernal.
To the imp?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Does she know Abyssal? Or Infernal. I'll just roll her a die, and she is like going to look back at you, and she doesn't know what you, or it doesn't seem like she knows what you said. And she's going to say, "Excuse me?" The imp is going to turn around, poking its head through her hair, and it waves at you.
Again, an Infernal. What's your name, little one?
As you begin like trying to talk to her imp, she like just looks down at her chest, and she's going to shake her head and say, "Ah, stupid, uprighteous, zealous country," and she's going to begin walking out.
Does the imp say anything before she leaves?
The imp.
Yes.
Let's roll it a die of if it would respond.
It knows Infernal.
Yeah, and it's going to just going to yell back. Have a great day. Make more gold. Yes.
Does it say Infernal, Common, or?
It says it in Infernal.
Invisible creature. You can still hear invisible creatures, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like
I knew it! You're gonna see Fractus go to jump, and then he's like, nah, I got my money.
Practice. Did you start a bar fight?
It wasn't my best. Not only that, I got cheated.
The risen member that was there trying to help adjudicate between the two of you, she's going to come by and just like start just helping Tobias with the inspecting of you and everything, and she's gonna say, you should have accepted the honor duel. In Alunagai, victories from submissions or pinnings are illegal? Not allowed. Banned. There we go. Because honor duels should be about skill and grace. Not like what those dirty Ardorians do, punching each other half to death.
I'm gonna just look at her.
as she stands in front of 3 Ardorians.
And I'm gonna say, yep, but she was cheating and you let it happen.
She's gonna say the law protects the guilty and the innocent.
What?
Oh, good for you. And I'm gonna go back and order a drink and say that one was on her tab, right? And I'm gonna drink.
All right.
She did say it was on
It
my
was.
tab, so I'm gonna drink it.
It was before she gave you your gold back.
Yep, but she doesn't need to know that.
You know what? Just for the heck of it, I'm gonna roll this other guy and check if he is still here, and he's gonna walk up as you're drinking, like scratching his chest, and he's gonna say, "Excuse me, mercenary sir, did you happen to get my money back too?"
No, unfortunately not. I apologize. How much did you end up?
He's gonna say, "Swipe me out of 70 gold, right good, that one did."
And I'm gonna be like, no, but for your trouble, I'm gonna give him 35.
Oh. You know what? This guy's got a name. Let's see.
Oh, does he now?
Well, yeah, I rolled up all of these people at random when, things were happening. And he's going to... he's gonna say, the name's Skillo. I run a smithing guild over in... Let's give him a random place now. It's going to be in one of the walks or reaches. So Grace 1, Elegance 2, Honor 3, Grace Reach 4, Discipline Reach 5, and Purity 6. Something about that doesn't feel right. Grace Walk. Okay. And this is why this is relevant. This is one of the nicest places in town. Not that you know. He's gonna say, I run a smithing guild over in Grace Walk. If you're by in the area, he shrugs and says, generosity is always appreciated here. Maybe we could repay the favor. He's gonna nod, taking the 35 gold and leaving.
Fractus holds up his cup and says, Umiya be with you. And when I say that, I'm just going to turn and look at what was the adjutant?
Oh, the Risen member?
What? The Risen member, when I say...
Yeah. Ooh. Oh god, I'm so sorry, Shelby. Okay. So you say that, and she's just gonna look around, kind of uncomfortably, and the Sun Youth member who's been just I'm not here, I'm not here, I'm not here. When you say that, he's gonna just look back over his shoulder and is and this other guy's gonna stand up and walk towards you, and he doesn't look as combat savvy as the last woman you interacted with, and he's gonna say, I'm with Order 54. You can't worship other gods in such skies. It's penal code number 3.
I'm gonna look at her and go, I'm not worshiping another god.
And he's just gonna nod.
She's a real life person. I'm good. It would be like saying, Bill be with you, right next to him.
You know what? I'm gonna give you a special check. This is not deception. And
Special check.
This is not
For special people.
This is not persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a charisma check for bullshit. Of just does he even feel like dealing with this today? It is a
Is that
it's
deception? Is bullshit deception?
It is a D20 plus your charisma modifier, and you know what? I'll say Fractus is proficient in it.
It was easier. I'm proficient in.
He, like, as the Fractus is sitting there, he's gonna look at Teak, the rest of the unrepentant, or rather Sylvain and Tobias. Like, Tobias in the mask, the risen member at the broken tables. He's just gonna shake his head and say, hate honors breach. Hate stupid side of town. And he is just going to say, just be more careful with your tongue, please. And he's going to go back to his seat and start sipping back on his beverage.
Fractus thinks about saying, Bill be with you, but then he decides that he's poked the bear and he's not going to say anything. He also leans over to Teak and go, I'm going to need to have some repentant time. So,
You know, Teak, and here
That's
I
certainly
thought,
one way to put it.
here I thought I'd be the one getting in trouble in these places.
Practice is going to be like, yeah, usually you're the one who gets in trouble. So why are y'all here?
We found her.
Who, Bosky? I already know where
No.
she is already.
Elena.
Ooh. What ill-gotten piece of earth is she up to now?
The Earthfire that we believe. And he's going to start saying it very lightly, because knowing these religious, not zealots, fanatics?
You guys can get a private table. Fractus cleared out a whole section of the bar for you. Fundamentalist fuckwits. I love it.
That's a good way to put it. Let's not piss them off any more than they are, though. We think she's going after the Earthfire that Umiya is from. She's in the middle of the ocean fighting off blue people.
Have we talked to Mia?
I don't know of a way to do that.
You know, sending. We don't have anybody who can send, do we? We are in a college of magic.
You do.
Have you ever met Umiya?
Not the type of person that would have met
Umiya
Umiya.
is, and I whisper this, Umiya is in my heart every day.
Out of character, I hate it. In character, Teak slowly gives a thumbs up.
Right.
Oh, go ahead. Soulmane?
I was just gonna say.
Out of character, I would never say that because that's kind of dumb. But yeah,
You mean?
in character, it's appropriate.
It is. Practice your bullshit can work on others. It won't work on me.
What? That wasn't bullshit. You can do an insight check on me.
Oh no, I perfectly believe you. It's just the way you said it made it sound like.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
We're
that's what
planning
happens. I'm still bummed I got cheated on and didn't catch on until 2.
Did you try cheating?
Well, of course. She just was better at it than I was. So I'm gonna turn to Tobias and go. So what was invisible?
Oh, there was a little imp on her shoulder.
That's what responded in Infernal. You were talking with it, right?
Oh, yes.
And an imp? Isn't that a fiend? And Soulmate starts saying this a little louder. In the middle of a Lona guy?
The Sunyuth guy who is just like trying to enjoy his evening. The Sunyuth
I just came here to have a good time, and honestly, I feel so attacked right now.
the adventurer is just gonna step up and just gonna like shake his head, looking at Soulmane, placing his glass on the table, and then just kind of dragging his feet out out of the door.
Soulmane kind of gives Fractus a evil grin and goes, "That should do for your revenge."
Fractus smiles back.
We're moving out soon, Fractus. Ogin's trying to secure us some potions to breathe in the water in case, we end up almost drowning.
Oh, that means we're not spending the night, are we? And I just got some awesome
Alas.
rooms. Gosh darn it.
I wouldn't do it to you if it weren't imperative, but, ranking things, fate of the world, kind of outweighs getting some, so you...
I don't know, in my list it's pretty even.
Well, she's gonna be here for a few days at least, so maybe you can catch her on her way back. And if we're successful, you'll have a nice story to win her over with.
Yeah, there's no better talking point than, hey, did I ever tell you about the one time I saved the world?
And took revenge on the woman who killed all of your friends.
Fair enough. The flattery is definitely working on practice. Will I at least get to tell her goodbye?
We'll probably be at least another hour or so, I would think. How about you, T?
I think probably that much time at least.
Okay. I'm gonna let me write a letter just in case, and I go and I ask for a parchment, and I'm going to write her a letter.
Okay. Who do you ask, particularly?
Huh?
Who do you ask for the parchment?
The barkeep. I figure he would know.
Okay. The barkeep of the Singing Ghost Tavern is a female. She's going to point towards the risen member in the room, and she's going to say, "I actually don't have any parchment. I hire her services to do all my bookkeeping." She's moving around and talking to various people and patrons in the room. If you approach her and just ask her for paper, she's going to pull out her ledger and say, "I can transcribe for you."
No, thank you. What I'm gonna say is private. I know how to write. I think I know how to write. Do I know how to write? Literate.
No, you know how to read and write in common.
Okay.
I mean, you would have picked that up at Lux Anvil. All right.
You can do it in Elvish too to really impress her.
Oh yeah, probably would do that in Elvish.
Unfortunately, she is a member of the most bureaucratic government in town, and she is in the world, and she is going to give you a piece of parchment and say, at the state's cost, that'll be 1 silver piece.
Soulmane will throw her a gold. Keep the change.
She's gonna fish out something from her thing. Or from her what? Oh gosh, I forgot the name of a scribe's bag. She's gonna reach into her bag though and pull out a small black stick and say, "Well, I feel obligated to give you this," and hands you a piece of charcoal.
Thank you.
And yeah, she's gonna go back to her task. Or go back to, seeing if anybody in this tavern or any of the patrons need her services.
Fractus is going to write a pretty body love letter.
Okay.
And he then is going to go up to the barkeep and explain to her that he may end up not using the rooms after all, or his rooms, but to save the ones for Boskai and her retina, and they can stay in. If he doesn't end up using them, they can stay in the extra suites himself.
Okay.
Since he already paid for it, so he doesn't ask for the money back. He's like, I would ask for the money back, but you're a business and you need to run.
Yeah.
Can you kick that adventure for us?
Just being kind of, what's the word?
Nice?
Being nice. Yeah, being nice about it, so she knows I'm being nice.
Generous.
And he asks that the one room that is Bo's guide to let her know, and he's going to leave the letter in that room for.
All right, that is very nice. Yeah, and she's I never rolled her a die on how she feels towards romance, but. And yeah, at this she's gonna say, most stories just don't get heartfelt moments like this. And she's going to nod. Yeah, so what's Fractus, or rather, is the party just want to wait around here for an hour?
Yeah, Fractus is gonna wait his hour.
Okay.
And hope that she does make it so he can say good.
Do Tobias, Teak, and Soulmane want to do anything before I switch to Ogun?
I can see that love letter's like, my darling, I want to munch your limba bread.
He did it in Elvish, and he did it body, but tastefully.
Teak's good.
If there is
Body
such a
and
thing.
tasteful are antonyms, dude.
Body with style. How about that?
Players gotta play.
Stylish but lascivious.
Nerds.
Says the guy playing D&D. Shut your face.
All right, so we are going to move to Ogun. Ogun went to check on his department first. Do you care if I fast forward through this?
No, he's gonna drop off his notes, take a look over their stuff real quick, make corrections, and ask for the best potion maker they know in the potion department.
Okay. The checking in on the zoology department without Callie here and without you. The only guy with the ambition. Wow. So I rolled up this person at random, and I want you guys to just see how perfect this guy is. He is a half elf. His motivation is ambition. His class is a mage. His current move is friendly. And then the more relevant things, he's a sucker for cute and fuzzy things. And his hobby is he studies archaeology. So kind of fits in.
No, sir, I don't like it.
Yeah.
So wait a second. How well does Ogun know this guy?
Rumos, this guy is just going to be a archivist? Yeah, he's going to be an archivist in the university. Like, he doesn't have any huge attributions behind him, but he's the only one willing to take up study of, like, these creatures and teach, students and Fearites. Think of, like, probably...
No. How well does he know him?
Oh,
like,
how well?
Oh, he's a sucker for fuzzy creatures? Is he,
I'll let you do that. Roll me a percentage die. The higher, the more he knows him, the lesser the lower, Yeah, I mean, this guy, he's an archivist. When you need to check out stuff from the library, you send your submissions through him.
Okay.
And that's about it. Like, you guys have a, like, oh, yeah, Rumos, you get me the books. Hey, nice to see you, thanks. And just keep walking.
Okay. Would you say that's enough to know that he has any kind of particular liking for small fuzzy things?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you'd know he has some interest in your department.
Okay.
Just like, oh, you study creatures? I love creatures, the
Right.
cute
I'm
ones.
just thinking, I got a bag of tricks, and just for amusement's sake. Oh, shit.
A 7?
Yeah, that's a 7. That's a lion.
You know
Just
what?
pull it
A
out
kitty!
and say, here, have somebody to snuggle with for a little while, and throw the little fuzzy ball in his general direction, and boom, lion. That's being snuggly.
What? Do you command it to do anything? Because if you don't command it to do anything, it behaves as a lion.
No, like I said, go be snuggly with him.
Oh, okay. Alright, and...
I was hoping for, like, a dog or maybe a goat or rat, but nope, had to roll a 7.
Alright, he is terrified for the first few seconds of this until it, does as you command it. And then
And he says, pop quiz, what kind of lion is it?
And you know what? He's going to answer it. He's going to answer it perfectly. I don't know what the phylum name for a lion is, or the species name for a lion, but he would.
Venus Maximus, whatever.
Yeah. I re-rolled his performance die of how well he's been doing at his job. As you playing into his trait, I let him roll it with advantage, and it turned from a 7 to a 20. So the magical creatures he's not been doing the greatest on, but like as far as like instructing on the beast of the world, like he knows beasts.
Awesome. I give him a hearty pat on the back and tell him he's doing a great job, and I'll be sure to put in a good word for him with the head of the department.
All right. And then where was the potions?
Yeah.
All right.
Ask him about the best potion maker in the college. I could maybe get a little discounted work from. We're gonna discounted work from.
So, roll me an investigation check.
Investigation?
Yes, of asking around for this information. You're
Okay,
going
I'm just
to
asking him because
wait. Who?
I
The
know
best
Ogun's-
potion maker?
sucks.
Yeah. Well, the best potion maker is dead, and then you're just like, oh yeah, there's the second best potion maker who had a office over in the Yapel ward, and you head over there, and they're gone. And it's like, okay, well I can go to the third best, and you go to the third, and they're gone too. And it's like, okay, well I can go to the fourth best. And then you go to the fourth best, and they're gone too. And it's like, is anybody even left in this department?
Nope.
Yeah.
That's why he asked
Mhm.
the guy in his department. Because Ogun knows he's not good at investigating things like
Oh,
this.
you're asking Rumos
Yes.
who the best potion maker is?
His name, RUMOS? Something like that?
Yeah. And he's going to give you the same information you found out. He's going to say, oh, yeah, Minlor was killed a few days ago. The investigation just started, but, and he's going to say, the other, he's going to give you the name of the second best potion brewer. And that is going to be a woman by the name of Nuriru. And, or no, I'm sorry. Alice Guinness is going to be the name of the second best potion brewer. And then when you leave to go find her, same thing. She's not in her office. Then going by anybody else in that department, they're also not going to be in their office.
Okay, so basically I'm completely SOL on that one.
You can find out where they...
lab, maybe?
Huh?
Where they actually hold the brewings for classes and labs and that sort of thing?
Oh, and just see who's teaching it?
Just see who's in.
Okay.
Somebody there I can talk to. Where Alice Guinness likes to hang out or whatever.
Yeah, and you're gonna talk to another archivist, which is essentially the equivalent of a grad student, and they're going to be preparing for their next lesson, and they would actually have information, and they would say Arcanist Kypeldon Calgarin invited everybody from the School of Transmutation, at least all the higher-ups, out to a dinner celebrating the life of Arias Minlor.
Okay, that explains a lot. Thank you. I was hoping they weren't all dead or something. Where's the dinner? I hate to bust in and make them work, but it's important, and I'll apologize later. But and you have to bust in and make them work. Or see what they've got, stashed away someplace.
All right.
Accidental Group C and A crossover.
Yeah. The dinner. Does this person have that knowledge? He's going to say, funny enough. He's not going to say funny enough, but funny enough to me. They're in Honor's Walk.
Okay.
And
you're gonna have to narrow that one down. It's a big place.
He's going to say they're at the West Tower restaurant of Kylandar inside of Calgarin Rise.
Okay, that's in town, right?
He nods.
Okay. So I assume Logan knows where to go to find this place? Or do I need to roll something for that?
I mean, you can ask him just like, where is that? And he's like, oh, it's a big tower. There's an inn built into it. It rises between two other towers. It's built into the city wall. And he's, does he have a map around? No, he doesn't have a map around. Ogun can estimate it's somewhere in this section of town, assuming he can look up and see a big tower.
Okay. I assume he can look up and see a big tower.
Yes. When he goes to that side of town. Ogun's traveled through Sky's Reach a few times before.
Okay, he takes off at a jog.
Okay, heading straight there?
Yeah. Thanks for your help. Bye.
All right. That is going to not take you a terrible amount of time to get there. But I am going to jump back to the rest of the party. Is everybody still content with just waiting? because I feel terribly bad to leave you guys out of like what might end up being the rest of the session.
Well, this was supposed to be our meetup spot, wasn't it?
Yes, with Ogun.
How long has it been?
Well, I'm about to skip past the hour of Ogun running in town and up this tower. So, I will jump in the last the last 10 minutes of the hour.
Okay.
Hey, Brandon.
Yes.
If you want to just skip past this, because this is, I don't know, it's not very interesting for everybody else. If you want to say Ogun burns a wild shape, gets there faster as a flying snake or something like that, gets the potions he needs and owes somebody in that department a favor, I'm good with that.
Well, let's see. Oh my gosh, my father keeps calling me. The people up there wouldn't have their potions like readily on them, but I feel like if you went up there and you're just like, oh, I need potions for this and this and this and this and this and this, everybody would kind of like look at you for a minute before, you know, one of them's just like, look, talk to my intern, get the keys to my office. There's, you know, 3 things in the, you know, this, and pay me when you get the money.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, as long as they figure they've got it and they tell them where it's at, or that, you know, at least to the point where their intern knows where it is.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I don't mind role-playing it with you. I want to make that clear, because, you know, there are a lot of interesting characters up there.
Okay. I'm good with that. I just don't want everybody bored. You know?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was just like, okay, guys, let's see what you're doing after this hour.
I gotta know, Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same time? Is it at the same time?
No, Group C comes in or Group B comes in the evening, at night. Ogun would be going there while the, like, this is before sunset. This is the afternoon. This is while the dinner's being set up and, like, the pre-events are happening. Like, have you ever been to a fancy ceremony? You know, there's the pre-ceremony, then there's
the cocktail hour.
Yeah.
It's the cocktail hour. Okay.
Exactly.
That's fair. I was just gonna be like, wow, this could have been the most accidental crossover we've done.
I planned for crossovers in this saga of the campaign. Not this early.
But
I mean, you guys can, you know, go there and I'll just message Group B right now. It's like, hey, anybody there? You guys want to join this? All right.
Hi, I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. So does the party want to do anything if Ogun doesn't show in an hour?
I still want to wait for both guys, though.
Well, after the hour passes, I'll look at Teak. So what's the code from here? He hasn't come in yet. I'm gonna go try back to the college and meet up with him, or do we want to keep waiting for...
Realistically
our
speaking,
fair lady? I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I'm considering. You know, I'm not sure. Perhaps it is something that we should rush a little bit.
Tobias, you're kind of an outside source on this.
If the question is whether we should wait, we've already expended more time here than we would have before. If it's a matter of retrieving one of our team, I think we can afford to wait a little bit longer.
You're saying it's okay to wait?
A little longer, yes. Unless you feel he's in some kind of trouble.
Trust me, with him, if he's in trouble, it's because someone else started something with him and he killed him.
I mean, either way.
That's what I used to think.
Either way, if there's some kind of delay, maybe we could help expedite the process some.
You can scry, can't you?
I can if it's not perfect.
I'm just thinking we can try to keep an eye on her while we're waiting now. You do seem to have some kind of familiarity with her, since you saw her.
It wasn't Tobias that scried on her. It was Ogun.
Oh, I thought the basin showed it to all of us.
Yeah, he saw her, but that would be like seen once or described to, as far as like the familiarity.
Yeah, I'm not saying it would have been a perfect one, but it's better than nothing.
I mean, I'm not familiar with her at all, but given the circumstances, it's worth expending a minor spell slot or expending a minor spell.
Well, what level spell is it?
Scrying is a 5th level spell slot.
Well,
it's of some complexity, but I feel like this is appropriate. So,
well, if you're not feeling comfortable because you're not that familiar with that, I could try it.
I'm willing to try. If I succeed, it'll make it easier in the future.
Alright.
You don't happen to have a likeness of her, do you? Some kind of photograph?
A photo what?
Depiction of her features, something that might make me more familiar with whom I'm.
You didn't see her in the basin when Ogun scryed on her?
For a moment.
She was the one riding the Hydra.
Maybe I would be better served trying to scry the Hydra.
Well, can you scry on a specific creature like that?
Somebody?
Say it again, Jeff.
Didn't we have a piece of gold or something that
The satchel
had given somebody? Or no, the bag that
The the coin bag.
Oh yeah, Outward. Outward. Let's see. Would he be with you guys, or would he be waiting at the university? The university has significantly less people. He'd be with you guys. Yeah, as all eyes turn on Outward, he is going to pull out his bag. Say, you guys just use me.
We're not just using you. Besides, I was fairly certain that you volunteered for this. You can probably leave at any time.
Ogun will just hunt you down and kill you.
Yeah, a minor price to pay.
Yeah, Outward's gonna look around at the city, the buildings, the inn, the people, all, miles and miles taller than he is. And he's going to say, well, it'd be lovely to get out of here. Trust me, I'm just biding my time till we get a shot at Elena again.
This is getting you your shot to Elena quicker.
Tobias is provided with Elena bag.
Elena bag.
We should just have him mark it in his inventory as Elena bag.
Not nearly as fashionable as a sack pack.
Might have already done so. Alright. I'm going to scry. I'm trying to see if there's anything I have that could make this work better, but it's not in my super school, as it were. But all given total, I think she gets +1 to beat the DC.
Okay. Do you have a mirror? If you don't have a mirror, you're going to have to use a scrying basin. Worth a certain amount of gold.
I would imagine, since I went through the trouble of preparing it, I'll have a mirror present.
Okay. And I don't want to be a stickler because it does have to reach a certain price point. Has to be a crystal ball, a silver mirror, or a fountain filled with holy water worth at least 1,000 gold.
Is 1,000 gold to cast a spell?
No, it's not 1,000 gold to cast the spell. You have to have something that values at least that.
We can make holy water.
I mean, if you have to have purchased 1,000 gold piece item to use the spell, that would count as a material component to cast the spell.
Yes, it doesn't consume it, though.
That is outrageous.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be your thing. Like, when you guys cried at the university, they had a crystal ball set up for you.
How much holy water do you need?
A font filled with holy water. So
a font.
Yeah, a basin. I would roll that's 6.
So when you're talking about that, are you talking, when you're talking font, are you talking like something that you can go swimming in, or are you talking about like on Lord of the Rings, the bowl of water, basically a large bowl?
Yeah, it
a
would
font
be.
means a fountain.
It would
a font means a fountain of holy water.
It would be a very large bird bath.
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry. It would be what?
A very large bird bath.
A very large bird bath. So like pizza pan size.
Yes, a large Papa John's pizza that is at least 5 inches deep.
How much? 10?
5 inches.
5 inches. Okay. How much? If we were making holy water, how much silver does that?
I think holy water takes 50 gold pieces worth of silver dust to create. I'll look it up for you right now.
Well, the reason why I asked that is because I have 45 pounds of silver that we can turn into holy water, which then can fill the basin. Will that be enough to actually make?
Yes, it, well, hold on, let's see, 25 gold, worth of silver, of powdered silver, and 1 pound of, silver is worth 5 gold. Yes, that would be more than enough.
Okay, so we can hook him up. I turned to turn to Teak and go, "We have the materials. You can make the water."
That is true. It would take some time for me to prepare that spell, though.
Or would it take more time to prepare the components for the spell than it would for our associate to actually turn?
Oh, that's another question. What about a silvered mirror? Do we have enough silver to make a mirror? I mean, I just...
You have 45 pounds of silver. That's 45 times 5. Let's see.
That way it would be easier than...
You have 225 gold worth of silver. You would not be able to make a mirror worth 1,000. 1,000 gold. One thing I will say though, I just looked up the ritual for turning holy water and our silver into holy water. It would, by the time you do that, you could walk back to the university. And
I was just about to say.
Oh.
It might be just easier if we head back to the university then and meet up with Ogum. If we don't have the proper material here as it is.
Well, doesn't Ogun know we're here? He'll know to come here.
Yes, but if we want to scry... Plus, Ogun had to use their basin, so that tells me he doesn't have one himself.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, Frank. I'm sorry, Fractus. I tried.
Yeah, that's fair enough. You know, that's while we're at the university, maybe we could offer some trade. We do have that chopped up flour that they might be interested in.
Fractus, what are you talking about, huh?
Okay, out of character, do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, absolutely. But it's not something I want to talk about in the middle of a crowded bar.
Yeah, okay. Practice gets it. I didn't know if that was legit or...
No, I know it's flower you're talking about. But it's you literally see Soulmane like shifting his eyes back and forth like shut the fuck up.
Practice is going to look at you and go, you know, the dandelions. They like to study shit. Maybe we can get a few gold that way.
Yeah, maybe.
As you guys are talking at the bar, the bartender is going to chime in and say, "You should get that lady of yours some flowers. Aluna guy grows the best lilies."
Practice is going to go up and say, "You know, that's a great idea. I am going to leave though. Is it possible that you could do a duty for me? I'd be happy to."
And she is going to say, "I have a gardener who's a patron of mine. When she comes by this evening, I'll buy a bushel from her."
How much, since I'm leaving, how much do you think it would cost?
Brushes a hand in your direction. Just like, psh, for you? Nah. A bushel.
You are amazing, and I bow. But I'm going to leave 50 gold and say, just because maybe she wants a couple of flowers, a couple of deliveries of flowers.
Should have a whole should have a topiary carved in her honor for 50 gold. Woo! Oh, well, that's fine. I might have gotten that measurement slightly off, but yeah, a bushel.
Were you thinking bouquet?
No, I wasn't thinking a bouquet, but I was thinking like
I was thinking bouquet. A bushel is actually quite a bit.
Yeah, I was thinking she would have a cart full of flowers, and she'd be selling them in like large bundles.
40 pounds.
She just bought the cart.
Mm-hmm.
It just buys her like 40 pounds of flour.
Yeah. But I mean, it makes sense. She has to decorate her inn. She has to keep, her baths scented.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Of them, so there's nothing for her to part with a few of them to make your room look pretty. It's almost a crime that she doesn't have them on hand. All right. So, you guys head to the university?
Yes.
Yeah, about that world-ending thing that was happening.
What's up?
I said, yeah, about that whole world-ending catastrophe that we were talking about.
Yeah.
We'll continue with our our dating sim of Fractus and Bowsky later.
All right. So,
yeah, you're gonna hear Fractus say, "We're using that helmet teleportation and coming back here."
by gosh golly, we're teaching her about human life.
That's right.
As
It's like dealing with a bunch of old, like 60-year-old men trying to get errands done. It just like takes like 8 hours to run 2 errands.
As you guys step out onto the street and start walking back towards the university district, you guys are going to see this large half-orc figure with his onyx staff on his back, pushing through the crowd, just almost on a mission. You guys notice you are crossing paths with Ogun, as you guys are literally moving in opposite directions.
Well, this is awkward.
Awkward's just another word for timely, but you don't want to admit it.
We were actually on our way back to the college to do another session of scrying.
Oh, okay. What, Brandon, what phase of my back and forths am I in right now?
You are headed towards, that place.
The dinner?
Yes, the Heroic Star.
Oh, well, shoot, that's still early. Okay. So it turns out the whole department for potions and such is at a big dinner, so I'm heading over there and gonna see what I can beg, borrow, and plead for.
We're gonna show up late again, I think.
Sounds like it.
Trying. Actually, you know what? Let's speed this up and hopefully make it a little more effective. Practice, if you want to come do the talking, I think we might be able to get this going a little faster.
Okay.
I mean, I've got the cred. Or Teak, somebody, anybody?
Yeah, I can talk. What do you want me to lie through?
You don't have to lie about it, really. You just have to, finagle, Be nice.
Do you want me to steal anything?
No.
Fractus is in a mood because someone beat his ass and robbed him earlier.
Damn. Sorry I missed that. That could have been fun.
That was me going.
Hey, is there still a neck? Brandon?
Say that one more time?
Is there still a mark on his neck?
Oh, yeah, there would be. A large, straight, red line that's bruised over.
And worst of all, she cheated it. It took me forever to figure it out.
Yeah, it looks like she won it more than cards. Pokes him in the neck.
Stop that.
Did you end up in a woman's arms?
I don't want to talk.
All right.
Yeah.
Quit poking at you.
Let's just say I never pictured Fractus as the little spoon.
Little spoon can be fun. Nothing wrong with it.
Oh, all right, you asshole.
Reach around.
So, let's go talk to this thing. Besides, we might be able to procure a deal with those dandelions.
No? Hey, anything we can give them to trade that's interesting. I'm sure they'd be interested and willing and everything like that. So,
Oh, I think they'll be willing.
Well,
Especially when I-
walk with me or jog, expeditiously.
Oh,
We'll head back. I suppose we'll head back to the college then.
I was hoping you'd turn into Oaken Horse and I could ride you there.
Well,
It's the only writing you'd get done today.
actually, I was flying snake.
Soulmate says with a huge ass smile on his face.
If y'all want to do scrying, go talk to, and gives them the name of the appropriate people that keep an eye on that, where the scrying gear is, and tell them I said that you should get in there and get ready.
We'll be there.
Okay. All right.
The question is, what could I change into that wouldn't freak out people too much and it still moves pretty fast? And I'm probably just stuck with a horse.
I mean,
I'm wondering if I had anything faster or flying, but I don't think I do.
You don't have anything big and flying?
No, you'd be surprised. Big and flying is not really that available.
There's no giant eagles?
I don't have it on my tables, and if there was one, I probably would.
Giant
Yeah,
eagles
probably
are actually
pretty-
magical beasts.
You guys are probably pretty close to where you want to be anyway.
Yeah.
I'll walk, whatever it is.
Okay. If it gets really bad, Brandon, if the crowds
Mhm.
are really the problem and slowing them down, Ogun will either try the what's the name of that character from Princess Bride? Just stands up and hold on. Everybody move!
yeah,
Andre the Giant?
the crowds
Andre
aren't.
the Giant's character, yes.
Yeah, the crowds aren't terrible. They're not going to impede you. You guys can move with haste to the Star Tavern. Built on top of this place is the Kypeldin, or not Kypeldin, Kylindar, or Kylindar, the large tower that looks in between the other towers at the ocean front. They are, as you step in here, the bottom floor of this place is, let me look, because I got this rolled up. The bottom floor of this place is going to be jam-packed shoulder to shoulder. It is a very, very nice and very popular place. All of the common folk are down here. The entire building is supported with large marble struts going into the ground, and then around it are pillars. This whole bottom floor is completely open to the public. There is staircases leading up inside the central part of the tower and on the outside of the tower. Just looking around here, you don't see anyone that would match the description of like the people you're looking for.
Okay. Well, there's supposed to be like a special dinner, so it's probably not down here where the public is. Just at a guess. Go ahead and just like grab somebody that looks like they're in some kind of uniform to work here.
Okay.
And tell them the potions department from Matthews University is having a dinner here, and I need to go find some of them. Can you point me in the right direction?
She is going to say, yes, Arcanist Calgarin is hosting an event in the upper, why is every word getting away from me? Amphitheater, we'll go with that. It's a open
Amphitheater.
Yeah, it's an open speaking space. And she's going to say, but it is invitation only.
You just get some.
Hey,
encouraged.
Ogun.
I am Ogun Three Strike, a professor at that university, and I do have an invitation. It is an emergency, and that is my invitation.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh,
I'm gonna say, well, that's good. I was gonna say 13 is a success. and anything less than 13, she goes, I need to go talk to my manager. All right.
Just why?
So,
Practice is going to look at Ogan and go, nicely done. I was about to break out Rupert.
I've been taking notes.
She is going to just like look at she's going to look at Practice and say, no, sir, there's no need to break anything. And look at Ogan and say, of course, we understand emergencies happen. Their event's just getting started. I can lead you up there.
Good, and let's do so quietly. I don't want to cause a massive stir.
And she is going to lead you up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flights of stairs. And
Man, if she works here, she has got to have some buns of steel.
Yeah, and at the 6th floor, she's going to stop, and there's a large lounge area, and she's going to say, would you like to rest before we send the final 2?
Nope. Keep
Nope.
going.
All right. 7, 8 flights of stairs to the upper room of this tower. As
I lied. I should have rested. Damn, that was a lot of steps.
As she leads you up here, you are going to see a large array of chairs organized in a way around a podium. There is a speaker in the middle, and actually, let's see who's speaking. It is gonna be the Arch-Arcanist himself. And let's pull up his poster. And we'll go with more dramatic music, because we don't need this. Alright. He is going to he's speaking to these people, and he's going to say, of course, Minlor was a man who always lived his life by the principles of the first Flame Walkers, dedicating his life to the pursuit of knowledge, and that is something that should be respected and echoed throughout all the ages. If we can't remember him, or if we don't remember him for the wondrous inventions and innovations he left our world, let us at least remember the path that he made for us to all follow. And that's gonna be about like where his speech is wrapping up, as somebody else is standing up to come to the podium. A couple of people are going to look back at you guys. As they do, more faces in the crowd are going to turn. In this circle, there are about a just over a baker's dozen of people here.
I'm gonna wave. Like I'm important.
Okay, and he is going to what's he going to say? He's going to gesture for everybody and say, "Carry on, carry on." And then he's going to walk up to the serving staff and say, "Excuse me, but I've
Hogan's
paid
intercept him
very good
before he
money."
gets to the staff. Just kind of hustle over there.
Well, no. He's walking up to the woman who led you guys up here. I should have been more
good.
clear. Yeah,
Okay.
and he's going to say, "I paid very good money to reserve this as a private event. You would."
Practice is gonna cut him off and say, "Look, buddy, I've been choked. I've been cheated. I've been
He's
fooled,
gonna put up a hand and say,
and I've
buddy,
been passed out.
buddy,
And I don't have time."
I'm not your buddy, Belle.
Practice. Oh my god.
I'm not your
Oh
friend,
my god.
acquaintance.
I get you want this to be a private affair. This is Ogan 3 Strike. He is a member of this establishment as well. We need some help, and it is world ending. And I get that you wanted this private, but we need to work on this now.
Arch Arcanist Calgar, let's step up and keep this quiet.
If you lot, I will sing it at the top of my lungs. Because unless you turn me into a lopping, what? Oh man, I forgot what they're what.
Ostrich is the one you're
No, lopping gate, a lopping hop. Unless you turn me into lopping hot, today ain't gonna get any.
He is not the type of person to polymorph somebody as a punishment. But oh man, does it look like he's considering it. And he's going to roll a history check on Ogun. And he's going to like think for a moment and say, I've seen your face at the university. Aren't you hanging out, always spending your time with that woman who brought in the flaming horses?
She's the head of my department, and I am Professor Ogun Priestry.
He nods and says, he's going to walk away from the group, leading you guys towards the chef's quarters, and say, look, if there's a species of something going extinct, I can't give your department any more funding than...
The species is magic. There are 2 Earthfires gone. A third is under very immediate threat. Me and mine are trying to get there. You know who Elena is, I presume.
His eyes are going to narrow. And he is going to nod and say, the secret stealer.
The one.
Hey, Brandon?
Yes.
If things go well within, say, 6 hours, I will have my teeth around her throat and she will die. Or be brought in. We shall see. However, there's a lot of water where I need to go, and some potions of water breathing would do me a great service. And hopefully, we'll be able to stop our goals. Because I know...
Oh, Anthony, can you mute your mic for a second?
Arcanists would like to have fires still out and functional with me.
He is gonna put a hand to his chin for a second and say, the Earth fires haven't been a source of magical study or relevance in decades, centuries even. But
what happens if they're all gone?
He's gonna nod and say, there is merit to bringing in Elena. She betrayed a lot of people here, and turning her over to Dila will earn me a lot of favor. He's gonna nod and say, I'll fund your expedition. How much do you need?
It's not a matter of money at this point, it's materials. She's going to the Earthfire under the sea. So we need to be able to get there and, of course, not die in the process.
That, and we need a silvered mirror to scry.
That would be helpful too. I can teleport out there. It's
and some sending stones.
Correct. If you have any recommendations in that department, I'm open to listening.
He is going to say, her former mentor, Arcanist Olivis. She's a good friend of mine. I wish to see Elena live, so Olivis can seek judgment for the sins of her, or that she's caused on us. Bring her back.
And I told Dila I would try as well to bring her in alive.
Yeah, he nods and says, "Bring her to my office. We'll lock her away in there. You need potions of water breathing?"
Yes, at the very least.
Hey, Brandon,
Go ahead.
Is Tobias there, or is it just these guys?
It was just these two, I assumed.
If Tobias decided he wanted to come with, I wouldn't have said no.
Yeah, Tobias could have came if he wanted to.
He probably would have come along quietly then.
Okay, and he would definitely recognize you. Like, you've seen Archarcanist Kypeldin. He is in Dila's inner circle, so each time, you've been a part of, like, their meetings of, like, what to do with the current situation. He's been there, obviously, giving his opinion. And he'd be aware of who you are.
Alrighty.
Yeah, and he's gonna say, underwater breathing potions, it'll be done. Do you need any healing potions for your endeavor?
Wouldn't hurt.
And he's going to say, those depths can be quite cold, too. You should prepare yourself with some scrolls of resist elements? Question mark. Resist weather?
I don't think resisting weather is quite where we want to go with that. And just in case it'll help, 17 on an Arcana roll. Try to figure out what's the right thing to do for that.
Let us see. Protection from energy is the spell I was thinking about. Let me double check it just to make sure.
Does Endure Elements exist in this edition?
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking like Endure Elements, but I don't see it on this list. But boy, was that a great...
Like that should be Druidy, but I'm not finding something that sounds appropriate yet.
Yeah, I know there's Fire Shield, but that's 5th level. All right,
I can do 5th level, but
protection from energy for the duration. The willing creature you touch has resistance to one damage type of your choice: acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder. Yep, that's the one you want.
Oh, well, damn it! I can use a water breathing spell, and it probably lasts longer. It does last longer than I just don't have it loaded yet right now.
Yeah.
So we'd have to wait until the next day to go.
And he is going to say, I've got a personal alchemy shop and a material shop on retainer. I'll send the merchant a sending, and the potions will be delivered to the university. Are you staying at the Lucky Spell Inn, or should they be delivered to your office?
My office will do. I'm actually at
Practice is going to look at Ogun
the Singing
like,
Ghost Tavern.
Really? Really?
What?
Practice is also going to look at the Arcanist and go, we're going to need some, I'm going to need some sending stones, but because I know that you're championing our cause here, I'm going to reach in and pull out the flower and go, here's something that can help pay for some of the expenditures. And I'm going to give
You're
him
giving him the walk water? So
I'm giving the chopped flour
okay.
that increases.
He is going to inspect this thing over, and just like he goes silent for a minute.
If you know what that is, you'll be very pleased with what you...
Let's look real quick, because oh boy, does he. It's I forgot the exact name of it, but it's a walkwater
Thistle.
thistle. There we go. I was trying to remember what type of plant it was, and he's gonna like just look at this and say, "Am I mistaken, or is this walkwater thistle?"
You are not mistaken.
You're not mistaken.
So I'm gonna say it's been dried and some of the leaves have been clipped, but you could still probably squeeze a single dose from this. This is rarer than a Sunji fire cap.
Yep.
Yep, and should be able to pay for what we need.
I was gonna say a man could not be affected by aging at all with this.
Or, breathe underwater for as long as he needs. And then some. Anytime he gets thrown in for the rest of his days.
And he is gonna nod and say, he's gonna clap to the serving staff and say, "I need your finest container." They're gonna come with a pot, and he's gonna place this like gently in there and like place it over it, and say, "Get that to my entourage down on the second floor. Tell them to take it straight to my office." He snaps at them, and they are going to do so. And he's going to point to Ogun, give him a thumbs up, and you see him for a minute make a somatic gesture with his other hand, and then he's going to say, "The sending has been sent with due haste. They'll arrive in the at the university within minutes."
You don't happen to know Umiya, do you? I know that is kind of blasphemy here, and I don't mean it as such, but her help in her domain would be quite.
He's going to tilt his head and say, "Unlike our adventurous headmistress, no, I am not on good terms with the Ascended. I follow the wills. They're the light of our nation."
Understood, and I appreciate that. I was just hoping to get a message to her to let her know that her domain is under attack.
Dila knows Umiya? I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he's going to...
But that being said, we do need, I need a sending stone, a silvered mirror, what Ogun needs for this trip.
Demands. How?
Oh, I think I paid for it.
How high are his resources right now? Oof. So he is going to say a sending stone, a mirror, and he's going to say, "You can have my personal scrying mirror. I haven't had much use for it lately."
I think I'll be putting some miles on it.
And on the sending stone, he's going to need to shake his head and say, "I don't have an extra pair to give out."
Fractus, who are you trying to get the other stone to? I have one pair.
You have one stone.
No.
Both
Oh,
guy.
okay.
Dila.
Both guy, of course.
Both. I'm not coughing up a sending stone for.
I know, but for the flower, it should be worth all this.
Oh, he just put it together. He is going to say, "Boskai Alarith, daughter of Lylila Alarith, the son Anthelgar of the of the spoken wills."
Oh, right.
Yeah, one of our traveling companions. What about it?
He looks at the servants that left and says, "She had that walkwater thistle?"
No.
Oh. Okay, because that's a huge cultural crime for those things to leave that continent. He doesn't say that, but he just like nods. He's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, no, we're not in that kind of trouble.
No, heavens forbid we wouldn't do that.
And he is going to say, well, with due haste, snap to it. How much? And you know what? He's going to say, I expect her in my office or a report by you on the matter by sunrise.
Who, her?
Elena? Ladelia?
Oh,
No
you broke
promises
up.
on sunrise, but when I get back, we'll talk.
He's gonna like just we'll talk, and he's gonna say, you should think about going for your Arch-Arcanist's attribution soon. 3 strikes, was it?
3 strike. I am entirely too busy to sit for such an exam or deal with that kind of bureaucracy right now, but soon, hopefully. When the Elena situation is taken care of, I will consider it.
You know what? He's gonna say, I can pull some strings. Do well in this task, and you might see yourself moving far in the university.
Fractus is going to say, do that.
Indeed. Well, I think if I bring Elena in alive and captured properly, then our good headmistress may see fit to
Fractus
put me in the
elbows.
position I'm most effective in.
Fractus elbows Ogun in the. Please shut up right now. Things are going your way. Elbow.
All right, Elgin shuts up.
All right. Okay. Heading.
So no sending stones. Practice is going to be like, I really wanted sending
I
stones.
know you did.
Is there any way you could get somebody with sending stones?
You're asking him that? I mean, of course he knows.
The Arcanist. Yeah, the
People
Arcanist.
with sending stones just doesn't have any extra. He's probably got somebody who crafts them. And he's going to stop and think. And he's going to stop and think and say, he's going to pull out one sending stone and hand it to you and say, I had... Or you know, no, he wouldn't keep this on him. Why would he keep this on him? That would be... Only a maniac would do that. And he's going to say, I'll send another sending to, I'll send another sending to my Daliite in my office. I have a sending stone that I use to communicate with Minlor. The other one, though, where it's at, he shrugs and says, might have gotten blown to bits when his lab exploded, but you can take a look for it.
Fair enough.
And he uses another 3rd level spell for sending. And waits for a minute, and then he nods and says, it'll be done. You know what? And he's going to shake his hand at you guys and say, you don't have to belittle yourself searching through ash and grime. I sent her to do it.
Say thank you, Fractus.
Thank you.
She rolls an investigation check. Awesome. All right, so he is going to go back to the ceremony honoring his dead colleague. And he would extend the offer, but Ogun's got work to do.
Indeed.
All right. From there, do you guys head back to the university?
Yeah. Unless
Okay.
Anybody else has something else we need to be doing out here, but I think not.
So funny story.
Yes.
That, and apparently I spent my loot points, my extra loot points, in getting a group of sending stones.
Well, that's very good because that intern rolled a 3 on her investigation check looking through the destroyed lab. And one last thing, before he goes, he's going to turn to Tobias and say, Tobias, not that, or rather, emissary. What would Tobias's name be? I gave you a name. I gave you a title. Do you remember what it was?
No, not particularly. Tobias would do.
Yeah, but he's just basically going... He'll address you by that title, and I'll look it up now. And he's going to say, I'm aware of what you are, and while you are welcome within the confines of the university, the rest of Illuminagai isn't so trusting. Are accepting. And in terms of your diplomatic importance to the Darkened Vale, rather than walking through the city, I'd suggest if you took the teleportation circle to the Belson Sanctum.
I have been what I am for a very long time, and I've traveled to one corner of this world to the next, with less to work with than I have now. I appreciate the concern, but I have to remain with my colleagues, and I can't afford to be separated from them for too long, especially with all the preparations we have ahead of us. We've already spent too much time with it as it is.
He's going to nod and say, your death sparked a ill response from the Undying Empress. I know the headmistress would never live it down, though. He nods and says, just be safe on the streets.
I've sent word to Her Highness to the situation. She's aware. So I doubt that the college would hear anything else about my second passing if it did come about.
And by the way, just to be clear, he was saying, since you guys are heading back to the university right now, you should use a teleportation circle back, take the university's teleportation circle back to it, rather than walking through the streets.
That's more clear, thank you.
Yeah. That's what the Bailson Sanctum is. It's the place where the university has their giant teleportation circle. But nevertheless, he's gonna nod and let you guys go about your business. I rolled him a check on how much he cares about the finer points of Illuminagian law, and he doesn't. But he cares about your safety.
Lovely.
At least in how much it relates to national politics. Don't want Archduke Ferdinand getting assassinated on your watch. All right.
Because that went well the first time.
You guys head back towards the university. Soulmane.
On the way back, when we're back out kind of on the street, Fractus is going to turn to Ogun and go, see? Bad guy Fractus and good guy Ogun works just the same as good guy Fractus, bad guy Ogun.
I wouldn't say it works the same. There's a lot less bleeding this way.
It's
also less fun, I'll be honest.
You were able to get everything you needed and possibly a promotion.
Yeah. Well, Emotions aren't all they're cracked up to be most of the time.
Well,
I mean, seriously.
usually it's a good thing, especially in the Lux Anvil. Usually meant living and dying, so I'd take a promotion over a demotion.
Getting thrown into suicide situations is, well, in some ways beyond the barbarian's call, and in some ways the stock and trade. So.
Oh, come on! I thought you loved this.
I love living. I don't mind dying though, as long as I'm dying well.
That's
It's
right.
not as
Here,
bad
here.
as it's not as bad as most people make it out to be. What do you think the chances are that the Earthfire is still there by this point?
Well, I got you a scrying mirror, so we can check and make sure. Yeah, if we are serious and going tomorrow morning, I'm going back to the.
Latest. Well, I was thinking now sounds really good, even though being able to get a few different spells loaded up would be a smart idea.
Well, I figure we can check and see where they are in the scrying if we need to leave immediately or if we can wait till the morning.
I don't see how not leaving immediately would be to our detriment.
Couldn't hear you speak up.
Good.
I said I don't see how we can afford to not leave as soon as absolutely as soon as possible.
Yeah, I agree for the most part.
Fair enough. You were the one who suggested morning, and I was going to take the opportunity of.
And I don't blame you for wanting to do it, but at the same time,
I do need to stop by and give the stone to Bosky, though. Or at least leave it to the innkeeper to make sure she gets it.
well, if we're teleporting, I don't think you're going to make it in time.
Oh, I thought we were walking back to that because it wasn't that far.
I believe the
That's what we were
recommendation was to teleport so that we're not on the street.
Oh, whatever. Tobias is fine as long as people don't know who he is, and he's got Hulk and Half-Orc and me beside him.
Despite I appreciate all the concern, but I promise you I'm quite capable of walking through the streets from one place to another.
Unless they have a broadsword of choking, we'll be able to take on anything.
Well, that's not a weakness you and I share.
Practice is gonna praise you and give you one of those good badass type of nods, you know?
But I suppose we do need to go by the end to retrieve the rest of our companions, do we not?
They were going to meet us at the college, I thought.
Yeah.
In that case, we should.
Although, it does occur to me that even if they've already extinguished the third Earthfire, they'll likely be teleporting back to their ship or returning to the ship at some point.
Wasn't the ship sinking?
The Earthfire, I think their way out is probably going to be to a teleportation circle, because the last time we spied them, they were sorting things out at a circle.
Were
Did
they?
their ship sink?
Their ship was sinking. It was specifically falling. Sorry. I can close my window, but it's just hot in my room.
All right.
If we do have to go to the university, I'm going to find some way to get Bosky the sending.
I mean, you'll pass the route you can take back to the university. You can pass the Singing Ghost Tavern if you wanted to.
That's what I was thinking we were gonna do, but they were being weird.
Okay. All right. So you pass the Singing Ghost Tavern. Give the sending stone to the innkeeper to give to Bosky, and then head up to the university. The party is going to all be together. I'm just going to... You guys cried last time in the Francis Tower, named by Anthony. And yeah, that's where you guys will meet up with again. As you do, somebody is going to be looking for Ogun, 3 Strike, First Wind of the Anga Ori, etc., etc., etc. Titles. And they're not going to do a good job of finding you. You guys are all together inside of the base of the Francis Tower.
How'd it go?
A little better than expected, honestly. And Brandon, on his way up, Hogan's going to swing by his office, which I think is where all the goodies are supposed to be dropped off.
Yeah, it was their first location.
Okay.
And yeah, you're going to find the potions delivered there.
Okay.
Specifically, 5 potions of water breathing, 3 scrolls of protection from energy, and then would he have given you anything else? I think he said health potions.
Wait, do we have people that... Don't we have more than 5 people of water breathing, or...
Technically, we only need 3.
Okay. Oh, I guess...
no, 4, because Howard.
Yeah.
And the bear, 5.
So we're back to 5.
Outward,
3
bear...
protection from energy.
Oh, go ahead.
Potions of healing.
Yeah, let's see. He's going to give you better than the regular potions of healing. He is going to give you fancy potions of healing.
Okay. Oh, actually, as he's picking these up, he looks at Tobias. So, hypothetically speaking, just to make sure, if you're down and I pour one of these down your throat, is that going to make it worse or better?
And this was in reference to what now?
The potion of healing. And he holds it up.
Brandon, how did we figure that out?
It would heal you.
I would react the same as you.
Good. That's important.
Alright. For the potions of healing, you are going to get 1 common potion of healing, 2 greater potions of healing, and 1 superior potion of healing. Additionally, there is 1 potion of Hill Giant Strength in here.
Okay.
There is also a Sending Stone, with no, there's a Sending Stone with no other Sending Stone, to accompany it. There is a long, detailed letter, signed by the Dahliite, that was supposed to drop it off. It is a explanation of her search and why she couldn't find the other piece of it.
Okay.
But yeah, he has given you everything he said he was.
Awesome. And that was blown up in Minlor's lab, I believe. Is that right?
Yes, the last Sending Stone.
Okay. At least theoretically. Until confirmed otherwise. Actually, I'm a little curious if it's possible to tell if a sending stone's mate's been destroyed, or if it's just lost.
You know what? Somebody should write a magical, or should write a paper on that study.
He'll flip the note over, the long note, write that on the back. Give it like an assignment, you know? Your assignment. Write a paper on whether or not you can find out if a sending stone's mate has been lost or if it's destroyed.
Oh, you are going to get this lady her archivist's attribution.
Well, she pulls it off, great. If not, I mean, I'm assuming a peer review, if she bullshits her way through it, is going to rip her to shreds. So, figuratively speaking.
Okay. I already have an idea of how she'd think through this, but that's going to be in the latter part of the campaign. When she's revealed to be your boss, and it's just like, ha! I beat your assignment! Ogan.
You're welcome.
Alright. So, yes. You guys have all your stuff. Is the agreement now to teleport?
I believe it's scry and teleport, but yeah.
All right, let's get it. Who's scrying and who's casting teleport?
I believe.
I can do both. It depends on which one y'all prefer.
Okay. Ogun can do both. The big one in there is I think the helm will, get 3 charges and can maybe be done under more difficult circumstances. The only other thing is I've only got 1 5th level spell left to scry with.
I mean, you do know her better than he does, so...
Yeah, actually I should probably be doing the scrying.
Alright.
So, no 5th level spells left. And, by the way, I was looking this up. Can you... I don't think you can, but... Because I couldn't see where it would actually say. Can you cast scrying as a ritual? It would make sense that you could, but...
I don't think you can, just because it's such a high level spell and takes so much magical energy. Let's see. It would be in its spell text, and it'd have a parentheses ritual next to it if you could. You cannot cast it as a ritual.
Alright, I figured it was worth a shot. That would have been super useful.
Yeah. Alright, so... She is going to...
You got the bag, you got her...
Yeah, I got a total, I think it's just a -4 on her save modifier, but the other tricky part there is, and I was curious about this, like body parts and stuff and familiarity are a factor, and Ogun changed forms and got her scent specifically. So I don't know if that helps or not. That gets him above met the target at all.
No, we went through this before. I'm not gonna sit and read through the whole spell, but yeah, she is.
Just first hand is +0, familiar is -5, likeness is -2, possession is -4.
Going to
10,
roll the check against your save.
Yep.
What is your save?
16 base.
16 base. Let's see. She is going to meet that. Just barely fending off this attempt at scrying. The
-4 that she gets for sure.
Yeah, I factored that in. Her save is +10. She is, the magic of the mirror is going to start fogging, and then it is going to dissipate. She is still alive.
Okay. Well, look at everybody else. Well, the scry didn't go through. That's my last shot for today. We can try going to the same location that I scried before. but that boat may have moved on, and it's not like you can track a thing in water usually.
Well,
Unless there was enough bleeding involved. Actually, if that Hydra bled, I may be able to smell it. And if
We-
it was a shark or something like that.
there is one other option we have.
Okay.
If Tobias wouldn't mind using the magic for a scribe, but allow me to do it, we can store it in my ring. And since I'm more familiar than anyone here with her,
If you think it'll work, I'm certainly willing to part the spell.
no, I have a pass without a trace stored in it right now, so give me a moment. I'll just cast the pass without a trace in my ring and then release the concentration on it,
Okay.
clearing it out.
Hey, Brandon, before he actually does all of that,
Mhm.
just a quick, Ogun's pondering this. Does this actually work based on the person that holds the ring or the person that casts the spell into the ring when it comes to familiarity and things like that?
You know what? Let's see. Ring of spell storing, because I know it acts as if the other person cast it. Ring of spell storing. This ring stores spells cast into it, holding them until blah 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 blah. Any creature can cast a spell 1st through 5th into the ring by touching. While wearing this ring, you can cast any spell stored in it. The spell uses the slot level, spell save DC, spell attack bonus, and spell casting ability of the original caster, but is otherwise treated as if you cast the spell. So other modifiers would function as if Soulmane casted it. Cast it. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyways,
Alright.
yeah, Soulmane cast it. It functions on his familiarity and not Tobias's.
Excellent. Good call, Soulmane.
I had a smirked. Sorry.
All right. Is that the game plan?
Sounds like
What
it.
is the game plan?
Oh my gosh. Leave me alone is what Elena is saying right now.
No.
All right. There is it takes 10 minutes to cast Scrying. So it's 10 minutes for Ogun's casting. It was 10 minutes for Tobias's. I don't know why that escaped me so much. Casting 10 minutes for Soulmane to cast it. And at this point, the mirror is going to fog over. And you know what? I'm wondering if it's better to do this next week when I have time to think about the entirety of the setting you guys are going to be in.
Yeah.
Oh my god, she failed it. Aha!
She failed, yeah, she rolled a 3 on the chat. But the first thing she is going to say is, oh my gosh, leave me alone. Well, actually,
How about we do the teleportation and before, and then
Well, I don't mind if Bran wants to build the world we're about to teleport into for
that's
next time.
Yeah, I'm okay with it, dude.
It also assumes we land the teleportation, but
yeah, I
That
kind
it-
of wanted to roll the teleportation die tonight. Which she is in a cavern.
okay. That was a little surprising, but all right.
Let's
Actually, wait a second. Does anybody recognize the inside of this tavern?
not tavern, cavern.
Oh, cavern, C-A-V. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's different.
Well, see, there's these dwarves, and they like to drink down in the rocky old.
It could be both. I'm not saying it is.
So the sensor only has 10 feet of vision that it can see in any direction. She is in some very dark, wet cavern. She is holding a orb next to her, and her staff is lit. You can see several figures marching with her, and her cloak is billowing like crazy. Let's roll that teleportation die tonight, because I would hate to spend time rolling up this whole setting and you guys are miles off target. Alright, you guys are on the... You guys are on the viewed once table for the percentage die for teleportation. Who's rolling it, or do you guys want me to roll it? Who's casting it, and do you want me to roll it?
Tobias, are you casting it, or am I helming it? I think helming makes a little more sense.
We can do the.
That
If you
was-
want
I
to
would
use
say-
that.
I would say use the helm first, just because we don't want to drain Tobias of everything he's got.
Okay, here comes the roll. Get your swords out, guys. Actually, we're dropping into a cavern,
Yes.
so the water breathing's probably not important, but hand those out anyways, and the healing potions as well.
Okay, who get what healing potion? You had 2 superiors, or no, you had 1 superior, 2 greater, and 1 regular.
Ogun will
I'll
keep
take the regular one.
Okay, we'll give it to practice.
Teak is our main front line, so I would say either a greater or superior for Teak.
Okay. And he's gonna be trying to, or she's gonna be trying to get places to heal people anyway, so just in case she runs out. Here, take the superior. I can't use it half the time anyway, so I was gonna skip it. Soulmane, take a greater.
Cool.
Tobias, take a greater, I guess.
Understood.
Actually, give it to Alward.
Big fun. Choose me.
Yeah. Tobias, you can have the one Ayagi was given. I can do a little bit of healing on myself if need be.
Alright, roll
That's
that die, Ogun.
Okay.
Everybody
That bad?
joins hands, and you guys are going to blink out of existence, and
And
then
I.
the space you try and come into isn't actually like it doesn't actually connect back with the material plane. You are jutted into ethereal place. Roll me a die again.
Same thing.
Yes. Okay, roll me one more. Alright, there we go. Alright, and we will pick up there. The third die is where you guys come in at. Everybody record... record 31 points of damage across your characters.
How much?
Everybody takes 31 points of damage.
What type?
It is force damage. As you are jutted through ethereal space, you guys take a small amount of force damage as you are being pushed
Small.
back into.
37.
37 across the board. I mean, you guys have like hundreds of HP. Ogun's got 3 health bars.
What?
Do I have a lot of HP?
100.
Brendan?
I barely cracked 100. His max is 117.
Practice is
87.
going to be. Practice is probably going to be drinking that potion Ogun gave it.
Elena monologuing. Everybody's just like, Elena Ladelia, you killed my father. Prepare to die. All right. We will pick up here next session. Major plot points. You guys are in front of Elena, or rather behind her. Then what else major happened? Well, you guys found out Group B's plot. There was a murder inside of the university. I am actually going to give you guys major experience for agreeing to try and bring her back to Kaipeldon. Olavis was somebody who was mentioned to Ogun as kind of like a small personal side quest of just like, oh yeah, she's not doing well. She's like drinking herself into oblivion. So there is progression on that. I'm going to give you guys minor experience for Fractus and the Bow Sky relationship. What Fractus was going to...
Minor, I got choked out for it.
You did. I'll give you 2 sets of minor experience. Well, you did technically...
You failed. That's a lot of failure.
You did technically beat that encounter, but also... you
horribly failed it too.
Yeah.
I horribly failed beat that encounter.
You beat the RP portion of it of just like, oh, she's cheating, and you didn't get swindled. You failed to use the laws of Illuminagai or the culture again, for them, just as much.
That is bullshit. Because I sucked them on her for carrying a fiend.
No, yeah, you did. But yeah, just as much as people can use the laws of Illuminagai for them, you can use them against them. The religion works, both ways.
I didn't get thrown in jail for being a...
Well, no, you're just like, I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna pay the life debt. And everybody in the tavern's just like, okay? Please don't kill her.
I'm in danger!
Yeah, it's just like, take me to jail after I murder her. And you technically hadn't did a crime yet, but I guess it was like conspiracy to murder. The Sun Yith guy probably should have arrested you. But,
He was on break. He wanted no part of that. Especially with my buddies that came in. Not that they would help, as you can see that I got choked out in front of them and they just let me fall to the...
that's pretty much his... That's pretty much his response too.
Look,
just like, should we intervene? Shakes head. Mm-mm.
Look, man, your finishes are your finishes. Doesn't mean we have to get caught up in all this.
And did anything else major happen tonight?
We got all the stuff that we wanted.
Yeah, the whole talking to the Archcanist.
Oh my god, I can't believe you guys just gave him a piece of whitewater thistle.
That was probably a bit much.
That was a terrible idea.
We got 1,000 gold fucking scrying piece.
Would
I
you be
mean-
able to get more than that out of somebody else, though? That's the question.
You guys got 1,000 gold
doubt it.
scrying piece, and then he also threw in a sending stone.
Yeah, that part wasn't all that good, but
A potion of
then
heal
all the
giants,
potions.
yeah, strength, and then the healing potions. Like, those things are worth some money.
Yeah, the superior hearing potion's worth a lot.
so I think we did. We kind of broke even. Oh, and Ogun got a promotion. So
Potential.
No, he said it.
a potential promotion, but that in itself is worth something.
The way the university works, you need to sit down with somebody smarter than you, who is measurably smarter than you as far as like they have some sort of degree that you don't, and they need to say, oh yeah, you are smart enough to earn my merit or attribution, and then that's how you move up. So if an arcanist or somebody with the Peldith, says, "Oh yeah, you know a lot," then you become an arch-arcanist. But
Yeah, see?
I'm gonna say 7,500 experience for tonight.
Okay.
I moved you guys up in experience tier just because I started you at 12. And if we plan to do the breadth of this campaign in 10 episodes, we
Brandon.
gotta get stuff going. Yes.
My small little brain, when you said 7,000, just fell out of its chair. What was the rest? 7,001?
7,500.
5. Thank you.
Yes. All
You
right,
should be
and
at 112,000 according to my calculation.
your next session is going to be on the 24th, and you guys will.
Hey, Brandon.
Yes.
That puts me at 13. Do I gain the benefits of features or?
Any features that don't require a long rest to use, you can also roll or take the average +1 of your hit die and increase your maximum, but not your current HP.
Sounds good. So, for instance, if I took a 10th in Paladin and got immunity to fear because of my aura of courage, that would increase. I would gain that.
Yes.
Well, 4th in Warlock is just an ability score increase or feat, and I'm probably going to take the feat, to be quite honest.
What feat? If you can justify it in RP of just like from one moment to the next of like why Teak can do it, because being jutted through the astral sea can do that to a person.
Sure, I was going to take. I was almost certainly going to take resilient dexterity. To give me proficiency in dex saving throws and also increase my dex by 1, which would take me up to 10.
It's nice
positive
not having
number.
-1 in initiative.
Just not a negative number. That's all I'm looking for.
Yeah, Teak comes out on the other side of just like, you know what? I think I'm going to be a little bit more careful when I travel through the astral sea.
Yeah,
I could have rolled with that.
Teak, how did you end up with 8,000 more points than I do?
I don't know.
Because we were at level 12. We were level 11 plus some, and we got to level 12. Were you already level 12?
I think so.
When we started?
I'm sitting at 101,000.
Oh, you didn't actually up it to level... Hang on. I'm sorry. It might be me. I might also be in the same...
I can math it for you guys later. This week... let me see when my schedule is.
Yeah, because we should have been baseline 12 going into this, correct?
Next
Yeah,
Monday.
I don't think...
I'll-
Teak, or JD, I don't think you actually baseline 12 did.
Did I?
Yeah. Next week I'll sit down in math where you guys should be at on Monday. I've been keeping with a document too, for all the campaigns of who has what EXP, and I'll share that with you guys too for what I've given out for this campaign. I don't have the last one, but your guys' next session's on the 24th. Can everybody make that?
I think
Yes.
so.
Should be able to.
Okay.
So,
No problems here.
so I ended up having to take Mondays off just because of my school schedule. Didn't really have anything to do with this session, so let's.
No, it's
As long as
you took Mondays off for the sessions.
Well, I have 3 classes back to back on.
Ooh, I learned a new cantrip.
Nice.
Your face, you cantrip.
Alright, and last thing. Okay, 7,500 experience. Oh, I think tonight I'm going to, it's a hard decision.
Kill Teak, I understand, but it had to be done.
Nope, I'm just gonna roll a die, because there was such fantastic roleplay from everybody tonight. Everybody had a moment I really loved, and I think I'm gonna give inspiration to Wesley tonight, just because that's what the die told me.
Good for you, Wesley.
I was digging the moment on the tower, even if it was kind of like a little misconception of just like, you should teleport back to the university for your safety, and it's just like, now look here, you whippersnapper, I go where I want, when I want. It ain't nobody gonna tell me I can't be nowhere, cause who I is.
See?
Alright, you guys, for the stream, enjoy your night, and I'm going to stick around on Discord for like a little bit.